everyone. Welcome to the original Next Level Gaming.
Jeez.
I am your host, Mike Hollis, a.k.a. Stinger NLG. And actually, this is more along the lines of the Basement Radio Arcade Podcast Take 2.
This is a hostile takeover.
I have the entire crew of Brap on tonight. I got Enrique, I got Eric, and for the first time, I got my man Al, the drunk cat. What is up, gentlemen?
What's going on, Mike?
Hello.
And a special welcome to what appears to be Green Jesus.
Xbox Jesus.
Xbox Jesus. Rand Al Thor. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Mike? Figured I'd drop in here for a little bit before I got to go back to prepping for E3.
Man, are you in LA or are you...
No, my flight, I don't leave till Sunday.
Okay. So, I know, yeah, we know what's going on, and E3 is going to be very special for you. So we are rooting for you, and the surprise will be great. I'm looking forward to it. So, gentlemen, thank you. My hair looks great. See, we got a full chat room already. These guys are in there, and we had 5 guys in there at 8 or at 9:30 going. Hey, I thought this thing started at 9. So I don't know why, but thank you guys in the chat room. It is already hot and heavy in there. So before I get started, I wanted to just make sure if you're listening live and you have not been following the Twitter feed today, we are giving away a copy of the Forza Motorsport 6 NASCAR expansion pack in honor of both our friend Crazy One doing the NASCAR season for us on the NLG channel, and as a birthday gift from us to you for Next Level Gaming officially as of yesterday turning 1.
Oh, and then you're going to revoke the license and give them $10, right?
Right. So how this is going to work is this. I already gave out the first 5 letters of the code on our Twitter feed, OG_NL Gaming. I gave it out twice, so if you didn't have a chance to find it the first time earlier today, I gave it out about 30 to 45 minutes ago. Go and find it. Throughout the podcast, if you are in the live chat room, I'm going to take 5 letters at a time, and I'm going to put in the chat room the rest of the code in pieces. Now, first one to grab it is the first one that gets it. I'm not. That's how it's going to work. Sorry if you're not fast enough. I love you all, but still. Let us know. Whoever in the chat room gets it, please let me know. And, oh my man, Mr. Zweinstein from Germany is in the chat room. Was it like 5 in the morning for him?
He's drinking coffee right now.
That is fantastic. God, I love the chat room. I love you guys. Thank you all for coming. The purpose of today, amongst everything else, is of course to give our final, not only E3 predictions, but as we kind of figured, even between being together on Tuesday and being together tonight, there has been news. So we're going to go over all that news. So first off, which one of you guys actually did get banned from downloading the free Fallout?
I did not. I got $10 back, and my Fallout copy still works.
Yeah, that's not going to work for long.
I know.
I got $10, and I don't have an Xbox yet right now. I'm getting a replacement soon, but I was hoping to have a copy of Fallout on there when I go on there. I already have it for PS4 and for PC, but I guess I got $10 towards my copy of Fallout. Xbox One.
So Rand,
I got $10. I think I'll use it.
Okay, sorry.
I'm sorry. I said I got $10, and I think I might use towards Fallout officially.
Nice. Rand, I even saw you got the message, so you even got in on this?
Well, I bought the game when it came out. I downloaded the season pass.
Gotcha.
So yeah, they gave me the $10 even though I didn't get the game. But just quick, I wanted to just say that we did Basement Radio Arcade Podcast on what day was that? Tuesday?
Tuesday through, and it ended Wednesday morning.
Right.
Right.
But like when Enrique
I heard.
invited me on, I'm like, dude,
I heard.
sure, I need to meet that cat. But then the cat wasn't on, so I was like, what the hell am I doing here?
Oh, sorry.
He did say that, Al. Rand really wanted to meet you, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought I could have swore I've been on with Rand before. Maybe I was on SGGC with you.
No,
I don't know.
because you weren't there either. Like, I was like, yeah, I can meet Alec Holocaust and the little drunk cat. But then you were like, Enrique's like, he's not going to be here. I'm like, God damn it, what am I doing here then?
Yeah, Rand almost left out. We had a coke, so John had to talk him off the ledge.
See, this is
Off the
what
ledge.
this is what the NLG podcast does. We bring people together.
You know, Mike, I like the rotation that you're having every week
I think
now.
that's
I
cool,
do
man.
too, man. I do
That's
too.
really
I'm enjoying it. Now, I am still looking for a solid co-host because it's gonna happen. There's gonna come a day when everybody's gonna say I can't make it, and
You
I'm
should
gonna
get
be
Jessica
by
Nagiri.
myself. Well,
Jessica and Gary.
Yeah.
anybody wanna introduce us? Because it's not a
Doesn't
chance.
Brandon know her, Al?
I know someone who used to take pictures of her.
Doesn't even sound right, man.
That's about as close as you can get. I mean professional photos. Don't get any dirty ideas. Yeah, she used to cosplay with somebody I know. But
Oh man. So the other thing
Start cosplaying.
So while I thank you guys all for being on tonight, and Enrique, you were a co-host here for a little while before
Yes.
branching off to make Basin Radio, so you're actually a good part of the growth of this channel. So I appreciate it, and I'm glad you're on tonight. It's kind of
Thank
fitting.
you. Yeah, absolutely.
So all right, let's get down to it because I would know that Rand is on a tight schedule, and we want to make sure he gets in everything he wants to talk about.
yeah, let's let him speak.
Real quick, Mike, I just want to interrupt. Nels Coney says Enrique and John take over every Friday.
John's not here tonight.
John's not here, but Enrique. This is partially true.
This is true, and of course, like I said, man, I've got the entire Basin Radio Arcade podcast on tonight.
And we haven't said the word fuck yet. Oh, we just did.
Sorry. And it's
It's gonna be
going.
one of those
sorry.
parties. Let me just take my pants off.
All right, so
Al's taking his pants off.
it's a cat with a scarf, man.
Is it natural or is it? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I gotta pull up the tweet, by the way, with the rest of the code because I have to type it in because it was a picture. This is, by the way, thanks to Aaron Greenberg and Microsoft. They provided this code for us for the giveaway today. So much thanks to them. Hopefully, this will be the start of something nice that I can start doing from time to time. So this was very cool. So there it is. So in a few minutes, we'll give out our second set of letters. But in the meantime, so we spent Tuesday kind of talking about predictions. And I know since Al missed the show, he's got a couple things he wants to bring up. But I want to go through some things that actually have happened this week, rather than just redundantly talk about what we talked about on Tuesday, so that Rand can get in and get his say and get out so he can get his stuff done for E3. So first on the list. Remedy this week came out with a post on their site saying that they have 2 new games that they are working on. One that's been in development for a while, and one that is in, I'm assuming, in concept form, I guess, or at the beginning stages. Now, what was interesting about this was the game that's been in development for a while, they say, is with a new partner. So, and neither game is Alan Wake. So no Alan Wake. Yeah, I know.
Boo!
Oh yeah, big fucking boo.
Yeah.
I mean, big boo.
Neither Alan Wake or Max Payne makes me say boo.
Well, on Twitter, I think it was Thomas Pua from Remedy said no Max Payne either. Although that would be wonderful.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was hoping for Max Payne with Mark Wahlberg mocapping.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Who's this mysterious publisher?
I think it might not be a publisher. I think it actually might be a partner. I think it might be VR related. and I think it might be
they
Sony.
they said no VR.
No VR and no
They said
mobile.
no VR. Oh,
Yeah, they said no
wow.
VR.
So that's
No,
what I'm thinking.
thanks.
What do you think it is? Deep Silver, GameStop?
Ooh,
I can't-
GameStop.
I can't see.
GameStop, man.
would be interesting.
I can't see Sony or Nintendo. Well, actually, would Nintendo partner with them?
I don't think
No,
Nintendo
I don't think
would.
so.
I don't know.
I don't think they.
I don't
and I don't
know.
think Remedy would want to. And
You know what? Guy? I think Sony's probably the obvious, but Rand, you said GameStop. That could be a
GameStop.
possibility.
I'm not sure
And
that
they have
Sony's
deep pockets.
the obvious. I'm not sure Sony's the obvious because I think at this point, Remedy is probably a little sour on exclusive games.
Yeah,
So-
they don't want to go exclusive anymore.
Yeah, I think they want to go multi-platform. So I'm thinking that.
Activision.
Oh, well, there's that too.
that's
I mean,
a
it could be
possibility.
Rockstar too.
Or Take-Two.
Take-Two, yeah.
Take-Two?
Maybe. They did say that they will not be at E3 or Gamescom, so this is nothing that's like imminent to
Yeah,
announce.
we're talking 2017 late.
Right.
Oh,
If that.
for Remedy,
If
you're
that.
talking 2020 before the game's out.
I would think
right.
if it was Sony, they would do it this year. If they were partnered with Sony, Sony would trot out.
They would be out on
Sam
that
Lake,
stage.
just like they're gonna trot out Kojima, who doesn't have anything for his game yet, and be like, So that's what I don't think it's Sony, and you guys are right. They probably want to go multi-plat like Bungie did to get that extra cash.
Yeah.
So I gotta think, like, you gotta look at the publishers around. It's like, who needs something from Remedy? Definitely not EA. Definitely not Ubisoft.
Activision.
I can't see Activision doing it. They don't really do that stuff. So
Deep Silver,
Deep Silver.
Devolver would be fantastic.
Yeah, I
Right.
don't think they go. I don't think they go that. I don't think they go to an indie publisher because
Yeah.
the Devolvers, and as much as I love Team 17 and what they're doing with Ukulele and bringing people in, I don't think that they're that. I think you'd be looking at. I'm not. GameStop is an interesting beast.
They have deep
Yeah, man.
pockets, Mike.
So deep.
they did say it was a new IP, right? For both games.
Yes.
So it's not an existing property. What about Bethesda? Could they partner or but Bethesda likes to own their IPs? I don't know.
I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah, GameStop does kind of seem like it could be, pretty obvious because of the other developers that they have lined up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fit right into that mold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Plus,
and
plus,
they're
I think they
not
want
the
to
only
get
one.
that AAA, because all the games they've announced so far for GameStop is kind of like a mid-tier kind of game, like a smaller digital title.
Yeah,
Even though I've one of my buddies that went to Insomniac, Maka, who's co-host with us on TXR, he was invited to Insomniac and he played all the VR games and Song of the Deep, and he said Song of the Deep's really good. It's like Ori, but he did say that
Nice.
half the studio was blacked out and off limits.
Wow.
So something's going on there, at Insomniac. So I can see
I'm
GameStop
sure.
being like, okay, we got these smaller games because they also have the Ready at Dawn game.
Yep.
Right.
They got the Tequila Works after
Tequila.
Yeah.
they
Right.
screwed Microsoft and then they screwed Sony, so now they're gonna screw GameStop, right?
They go for the trifecta.
And didn't
Yeah,
he-
so
Man,
I
that's
could see them being like, this is our big AAA game for GameStop.
Now the other reason it was Deep Silver that announced that they're now a publisher.
No, it was Techland.
Techland. What about
Techland just
Techland?
2 days ago.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
What about that?
Techland.
If
That
you're
could
gonna
be a possibility.
pull a big game as your first, why not a Remedy game?
They're close. I mean, Remedy and Techland are based like Eastern European.
Okay.
Eastern Europe, right?
I think I said this before on the Basement Radio Arcade podcast. What if it's because you see on Twitter Sam Lake and Neil Druckmann are buddy, right?
Oh my God.
What
that'd be
if-
awesome.
Oh my
What
God.
if Sony and Naughty Dog handed off the Uncharted franchise to Remedy? But then again, they said it was the new IP, so it can't be that.
Ah,
Yeah.
No,
no.
and
I don't
and
know.
to be honest,
Maybe.
and to be honest, one of the tweets I saw from Thomas Pua was, we have friends all across the spectrum. Everybody we meet with and have friends with, we're not making a game with. So I think they kind of poured water on that.
But what does this say? Okay, so yeah, it's nice to speculate on who the publisher is, but what does this say about their relationship with Microsoft? Is it fractured forever? Are we ever going to get a Quantum Break 2? I mean, this kind of like throws water on that idea, right? Because like you
yeah.
said, this game's probably not going to be done until 2019. The second one's not going to be done until even later. I mean, what is
Yeah, I
even
think-
what is
Go ahead. Sorry.
what do you so I mean, like, Remedy works really slow. So I mean, is Quantum Break ever coming back?
I don't
Is
think so.
Remedy and
No.
Microsoft ever going to work together again?
Exclusively, I don't think so. And in fact, I would be willing to bet that if a new publisher goes well with Remedy, that's where Alan Wake 2 will go.
I could have sworn Microsoft holds the publishing rights to
Not
more Alan Wake.
Not for Alan Wake. They do for Quantum Break, but Alan Wake is owned.
Well, no, I mean Quantum Break. They own the IP itself.
Yeah.
I'm positive. I'm pretty sure they hold they had a 3-game deal for Alan Wake with Remedy, and they used one for the main game, one for the second one for the XBLA game. I'm positive they have one more published. I mean, obviously Remedy could buy themselves out from under that, but
Well, wouldn't the third one be the second episode? Not the American Nightmares, but wasn't there the other episode?
You mean the DLC for the first game?
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, maybe. That makes sense.
So, I wonder too. I mean, this game. Look, Quantum Break. We've started to kind of have this discussion on Twitter tonight. Me and a couple of people. I think hands down, Quantum Break has underperformed to what they want. Can we agree on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think
It's a shame too because it's a really good game.
It's a phenomenal game. It's like one of my Game of the Year candidates easily. And it's
I gotta play it. I gotta play this. I still haven't played it.
It's phenomenal. I'm actually once I get through my current set of games, before I even hit some of my backlog, I'm gonna go back and finish that game because I got the corrupt save problem at Act 4.
That sucks.
That sucks.
Yeah, but I feel like I've got to get back to it. It's another one of these cases for me that where is the install base, this great install base of gamers? What are they doing? Because there was nothing
Call
else.
of Duty.
But there was no Call of Duty or Destiny around this game this time.
Yeah, you know what?
This game stood by itself.
Yeah, that bothered me too. I mean, there was all these people touting this game, like this game's coming out. There's all this publishing, there's all these advertisements, and then you see all these copies sitting on the shelves, and no one's playing the game. And it's like, I had coworkers at my old job, and they all had Xbox Ones, and I was like, "You're gonna get Quantum Break? That game looks crazy." And they're like, "Yeah, I don't really know what that is." And then, it's just so I had to explain it to them, and then they all like sounded interested. And then a couple weeks later, I'd ask, "Yo, did you get Quantum Break?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, whatever.
What does it take, man?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But did Alan Wake really sell that well?
No, it didn't.
No, not at
Over
first.
Not initially,
time,
no.
No,
over
it was
time,
a
I
slow
think it made
burn.
more. Yeah,
It had legs.
It made sales on Steam, but man, I don't know.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. I have a real hard time with it. It just I don't know, and I don't.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It deserved better. It deserved better than what it got, and I think that I don't think like Sam Lake and Phil Spencer, went out in the back parking lot and duked it out. But I think maybe they both looked at the situation they're in and said, this didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And Phil seems to be quick to pull the trigger on stuff that's not making money. So, you don't know. I don't know whose end severed whatever tie they might have severed.
But John, Microsoft has billions of dollars. You mean to tell me they can't just plug all the holes? That's what I've been told countless times.
Did you just call me John?
I mean,
Yes.
Mike, whatever.
It's a Freudian
My
slip.
bad.
You know your name.
Oh my
You know your
God!
name.
It's my podcast. What the fuck? My name.
Hey, I've done so many,
episode.
I lose track. My bad.
See, Mike, that's a problem. Rand does so many podcasts in a week that he just loses track of who's who.
My
I'm
mind
not
is
gonna lie. I thought that was hilarious.
That was pretty funny.
All right.
Did you say that was intentional? I wanted to see if he
There you
knew
go.
that
See?
if
was a
I
joke.
called him John. At least you get to know what it's like to be young again if I call him.
Oh, damn. There it is.
Brutal, wrecked, savage.
And actually, for their 1 year anniversary, Next Level Gaming will be giving out free lifetime supply of Preparation H.
Preparation H.
Oh, my
That was
mouse
good on the
is
whole.
accidentally clicking stop broadcast.
No, I think I did read that they said these two deals was made before Quantum Break finished.
Wow.
So there might not have been any chance for even Microsoft to even
It's
commission
possible,
a
right?
second game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Enrique,
It's true.
I believe it was Enrique or was it Mike? One of you tweeted the number of the advertising money for Quantum Break. What was it? Or like total like cost to make? Was it 80 million for everything?
Close to that.
75 or something like
I think it was
that.
like 75.
Yeah.
So,
God damn.
by the way, in
Yeah.
case anybody didn't catch it, put the second part of the code in the chat room.
Oh, I got
Dude.
it. I'm getting that. I'm getting whatever the deal
Al's
is.
getting it.
Al's
He doesn't have an Xbox.
I challenge all the people in the chat.
Challenge.
I don't. So
Now,
yeah,
let me ask you a question though. Do you think Quantum Break will have the legs of Alan Wake?
no, I don't know.
I don't hear people
No.
talking about it
I
in the
don't
same
know.
regard. I know that Alan Wake took time to get to that point, but you ask people, 'cause Alan Wake is still like, I hold it in high regard, and I did Quantum Break, and I like Quantum Break. I just didn't care for the final boss, but
Yeah, I didn't
You know.
either.
See,
But,
not playing much past the first initial hour of Quantum Break, I didn't see much that I hadn't seen before in other games. That's just me. But
Yeah.
I saw a small fraction of the game, okay? But when I
Yeah.
played, like, say, the first hour of Alan Wake, at the time, obviously, we're talking 2010, there was so much that they showed me in that first hour that I hadn't seen in a game before, or haven't seen in a game before that was done that well. So that kept me vested in the game.
right.
I don't know.
Because it's fun. It's a very fun game, but is it a lasting impression game? Like down the road, you kind of go, I'm gonna play through that again, like you kind of do with Alan Wake.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
not for
the
me.
thing
It's
that-
not.
The thing that though is supposed to draw you into that is the different choices you can make. So you're supposed to be able to take different paths to get,
I noticed that,
change the
yeah.
story. So
That's
you get
kinda cool.
you get to those junction points, and you can pick one way or another. So I think that was the idea to get you. And I thought, and I could be wrong because I haven't had that chance, but I thought that picking a different junction point also changed not only the story later on, but changed the TV show.
It does. It does.
Okay, so I that in and of itself gives it at least a little bit of replay value, because how many single player games really have replay value? How many of you? I loved Uncharted, I really did, and I spent the hours upon hours on it, but what's the incentive for me to go back and play it on Crushing? There isn't any. But you can go back to Quantum Break and you can choose something different, and you can take a different tact, and you change the story and sometimes some of the flow of the game.
Yeah, but I don't know how much of that impact is definitely like wow, because even I think even close, like when you get to the end, it doesn't change that outcome. If it gave you like multiple endings, then I'd be like, oh yeah, hell yeah, let's do that.
I mean, I think Quantum Break is a relic of last gen. Like, it's a cinematic game, single player only at that. I mean, it doesn't even have any other modes besides the game itself. It's like you could easily rent it. You could I went through every nook and cranny. I got all the collectibles. That stuff took 14 hours, but like you can speedrun that game, skipping everything in 4 if you wanted to. I know value is subjective, right? Like each person values whatever their money. Like, so to me, like I bought the game and I loved it, right? But like I could see someone pick it up and playing through it and be like, that's it, because I mean, today's gamer needs other things to go along with it. They need multiplayer, even if it's a tacked on multiplayer mode. They need some sort of like maybe co-op experience, maybe a versus. Like I mean, Quantum Break, would have worked perfectly last gen. It's missing. I think it's missing like a horde mode of some kind.
Yeah, the
like,
social aspect.
Yeah, because the best thing about Quantum Break is the combat, in my opinion. And it's a shame that there's not like a mode where you can. It's like hold out as long as you can, and just increasing waves of tougher enemies, and you just go like that. That would have gave it replayability that the game honestly does not have. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. So.
And it's as much as everybody loves to joke about my age, this is how I start to feel like I'm aging out of gaming, because it's exactly what you just said. This is a game from last generation, and I said it before and I'll say it again. Damn millennials.
Well, I'm not even saying that's a bad thing. It's look at the two new IPs that Microsoft and Sony both put out: Order 1886 and Quantum Break. They're both relics of last gen.
Mm-hmm.
They're both games that tried to kind of play off the cinematic shooter a la Uncharted, but let's be honest, neither of them are anywhere near as good as Naughty Dog. So but that's not really a big thing. But at least Naughty Dog includes multiplayer. I mean, I haven't played it, so I don't know if it's any good. At least it's there, So it's like, I think those games would have fared better last gen than they have now. I think gamers have come to expect more. But then again, maybe I'm wrong, because it seems like in other games we're getting less. Like, there seems to be more multiplayer only type games. Maybe all people really care about now is multiplayer.
I think that's what it is.
This gen seems more accepting of it.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people.
I'm not either.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Go ahead.
I would say I would take a story, only game without the multiplayer, so long as the story's good, and be happy. Mm-hmm. I don't have to have multiplayer in a game.
Yeah. They kind of backtracked from it. DICE kind of backtracked from it a couple of months ago, but I mean, I remember Peter Moore saying specifically, we didn't include a single player campaign mode in Star Wars Battlefront because people don't want it.
That's bullshit.
He said that, but that's what he said.
I know that's what he said, but people want it. The thing is, people don't finish it. So
he was intoxicated at the time.
Yeah. I mean, look, would Star Wars, if say Star Wars Battlefront had a campaign, would that make the game any better?
Oh my god.
Probably would have made it more enjoyable for me.
It would have made it great for me, especially if you could.
It would have been a pickup for me.
But this is part of this gen I find is weird. Is like they come out with the first game and they take things away that you expect. So Titanfall 1, just multiplayer. We know the reasons why there's no multiplayer. They ran out of time, ran out of money. Microsoft had to step in. Blah 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 blah. Battlefront, supposedly no single player because they had to launch it in time with the movie. Like all these multiplayer games. And then what do they do for the sequel? They add the campaign that people want. They give you the thing that they should have gave you in the beginning with, and they say, oh, well, now we're giving you a campaign. It's an interesting strategy. We'll see how that works for Titanfall 2 and like Star Wars Battlefront 2 when that comes out next year.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy, Cotton.
It is. I mean, see how it plays out. Look at Overwatch.
F&A, Cotton, F&A.
Overwatch is like 7 million copies, and they got those beautifully done CGI trailers. Beautiful. And I watched those and I'm like, yeah, these are great. But I'm like, where's my campaign? Where's the story? Yeah. Like, and I know the lore is in the game, but whatever. But it's like,
but not really.
Not really.
Not really. No. But it's there. I mean, it's kind of like
I played it all week, and I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, that game is super fun, super addicting, great time with your friends. But god damn, that game is shallower than shallow.
But Al, that's kind of like what you said earlier. It's like the social aspect of gaming now, and where it's changed. I mean,
exactly. And that's, everything is. That's where I show my age. I'm just like, I'm swayed by it.
But we grew up in a different generation where we weren't connected to the internet.
But you know what? I've had as much fun going through the Halo 5 campaign co-op with people than I have playing Overwatch. And I loved playing Overwatch.
Mike.
Stuff like that.
Don't get me wrong. Me and my friends versus the computer. PvE is my favorite thing to do ever. I spent probably 400 hours of Gears of War 3 Horde mode. It's my favorite game last gen. Just the Horde mode of Gears of War 3. That was my favorite game. Not Gears of War 3 itself, but just the game mode.
So are you excited for a potential Gears of War 4 Horde mode? No.
Potential. But I laugh at the word potential. It's happening, and it's going to be
I thought it was in the listing.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
I think they're going to unveil it, but I mean, so you're just like, screw Gears of War, single player, multiplayer. I'm there for Horde.
I'm there for Horde. Yeah, if they fix what they did wrong with Judgment, I'm there. If they put the same jazz that they put in for Judgment, like
they did a lot of things wrong with Judgment, though.
It limit you to where you can build stuff. Gears of War 3 was more open. You could put whatever you wanted, basically, in the three or four checkpoints that you could build a base. I'm sorry for people in chat who didn't follow Gears of War 3 like I did, but like they give you on a map, they give you like a couple layouts that you can put your command post and then build your stuff around it. That was pretty cool. In Gears of War Judgment, they said this is where you're going to build your base. So it was the same all the time.
And those are the multiplayer modes that I personally like Horde modes and things like that, because I don't feel like if I'm gone for 2 weeks, I come back and I'm just I'm done. I'm owned because my level isn't high enough.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened with me, like with the Division, amongst other things, that Ubisoft did to the game. But I was gone after Quantum Break came out, and a couple other games dropped after that. And by the time I came back, I was like, what's the point? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Division Horde mode on Gears, man. Come on, you just get your buddies together and you just ride, you know?
It was so accessible, and it was so much fun to play. That was the great part about it.
Al, what'd you think about that Beast mode in Judgment? Or no, Beast mode was in 3. That was the one where
Beast mode was in 3, but the one where you were reversed and you were the locust.
You could be the locust, and then I actually enjoyed that mode a little bit.
I preferred that to Horde in Judgment. Yeah.
Okay.
So why didn't people take off with Sunset Overdrive with their Horde mode?
Sunset
people are the
strange,
worst,
man.
People are the worst.
That honestly about sums it up.
Sunset's another one. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean,
it had a unique mode on it. That Horde mode I thought was kind of unique. That Chaos mode.
That game was fantastic. The story was great. The art was great. It didn't take itself too seriously. They were like fourth dimension, like jumping outside the box. Oh, I love that.
Again, I say, what does it take? What does it consume? The minute I looked at Sunset, I was like, I
think if Sunset Overdrive was called Call of Duty Sunset Overdrive,
it didn't have enough tanks, Mike.
Yeah,
that's it. I'll send an email out to Insomniac. Tell them that.
Well, I mean, I think when I was on here a couple weeks ago with you, I think me, you, and John talked about this, Mike. Like, you asked if there was a problem, like with Xbox people not buying Xbox games, essentially, right?
Yeah.
And I said, well, you can make up reasons, like kind of like, okay, Sunset Overdrive, new IP from Insomniac, never been on Xbox before, terrible release date in my opinion, buried by all the other AAA games at the time.
That's true.
Came out in 2014, still expensive for the Xbox, not a huge install base. I understand, right? And Quantum Break, less so. I mean, granted, it's a new IP, but it came out 2016. 12 million people have it in the United States, 20 million overall. It didn't really have any competition other than Dark Souls 3, but like I don't see Dark Souls 3 and Quantum Break's audience overlapping very much. So yeah, I thought the sales for that game were a bit disappointing. However,
I would have called it a success if it was number 2 and Dark Souls was number 1, considering.
Right, and I mean, however, if you look at the sales of Alan Wake and Quantum Break, they mirror each other exactly. Like they pretty much both sold the same amount in this first month. So maybe Xbox people don't like Remedy games. I don't know. Like and we talk. I mean, Halo 5 I think underperformed to expectations, but there's reasons for that. You know, like they ran the series into the ground. Halo 4 wasn't what people wanted. Halo Master Chief Collection didn't fucking work, and people were wary of Halo 5. To be fair, so was I. I mean, I was like, well, is 343 going to be? So I get that. The test is Gears of War 4.
Absolutely.
This is the test. If Gears of War 4 underperforms, then there is a significant problem.
There is an issue.
A very significant problem.
Yeah.
Because like Microsoft has pretty much given everybody Gears of War Ultimate. They let everybody try the beta out, which was good, even though it was an actual true beta, not like a marketing beta. True beta.
And right? I thought Gears Ultimate sold well too.
Yeah, it sold well, and it has.
I got it on PC. I got it on PC as soon as it came out.
Comes out October 11th, comes out before Battlefield, comes out before Call of Duty, comes out before all the heavy hitters. It's got a good release date, in my opinion. I think so.
And it has its own audience. It still has its own audience.
That game, I'm not saying that game should sell as much as Uncharted. It used to be bigger than Uncharted, but it should at least kind of match those numbers. I know, like, PlayStation's had, so like I don't expect it to like match it worldwide, but I think it should match it, be really close in MPDs in the United States. Like,
absolutely.
And if it's not, I mean, if it's like way down, like then you can probably talk about, well, what is wrong? Like, what is happening here? But I would wait until that point.
I do want to know what Halo 5's. I would love to know what their internal predictions were, because, this has been one of those things that have raged on social media this week, and it raged when Uncharted came out, and there's this, you guys know that the soon to hopefully be bankrupt Gawker's game side, their UK site ran some crazy hit piece from some anonymous ex-Lionhead guy who acted like he was privy to information that everybody in the known universe knows he didn't. And they're like, well, Minecraft underperformed. I'm like, are you kidding me? Minecraft is still selling more than anything.
I think he was more talking about underperformance in the Windows 10 store than overall performance.
Yeah, I don't know what he was talking about. Windows 10 is underperformed. I'm pretty sure that nobody thinks that. And then he went on to cite Halo, and so it caused Frank O'Connor to jump up and say, no, they sold 5 million copies of Halo 5 within 3 months. I would love to know what their projections were, because if you told me that, I would say, and you got to remember, I'm old. I got a plaque on the wall. We were talking about this the other day. Enrique and I got a plaque on the wall from Namco that says, presented to Next Level Gaming, thanks for helping us for Dead to Rights, 1 million sold. So I mean, back in the day, that used to be great.
Yeah, 1 million was a big deal.
Now 5 million is a failure. I mean, I don't understand this.
It's all about the budget.
Yeah, but but here's where I think that look at the amount of work and after support they're putting into that game versus every other first-person game.
But Halo needs to pay for every other game that comes out, though. That's the thing.
I don't disagree, but I think they see that investment. I think that wasn't there some sort of crazy number that they put out for how the rec pack sales?
Right. And look, I'm not saying
that's right. Yeah.
I'm not saying Halo 5 sold bad. I just think the series is clearly in its downward trend. Like, it's never going to get back to the popularity if it had at Halo 3.
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty apparent, right? I mean, you've had a bunch of misfires in a row, so of course, Halo, I get it.
But
Halo
5 didn't misfire, and I'm not
No, 5 itself didn't, but I mean, there's, like I said, there's reasons why people would be cautious of 5. I mean, a 6 might do a lot better, even though you hear 6 won't be out until 2019 now, 2018 or whatever.
Right.
It's just, I don't know. We don't see, the thing is, we don't know what Microsoft's projections were. I mean, that guy could write. Maybe Microsoft did think that they would be at 40 million Xbox Ones now. I mean, who knows what their internal projections were at? I mean, I can't think Windows 10. It's on 300 million computers, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, did they really think that they're going to be at 600 million by now?
No.
If so, it kind of reminds me of the story of Square Enix, where they were like, "Hey, Tomb Raider, the reboot sold 4 million in a month," and they're like, "It's a failure." I'm like, "Listen, really, it's a failure? You sold 4 million in a month, and you're like, sorry, what did you expect?" I don't understand.
They gave up on the game.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Damn millennials. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. So wait, you think it's the millennials who they're not buying these games?
Yeah, no, the millennials are
they're the ones who are no. It's these young bucks are driving this conversation.
It sure as hell ain't the millennials running the companies, though.
But Mike, the young bucks don't even make the largest. They're not the largest demographic group of gamers. It's people our age.
That's true. They're the ones talking. They're the ones talking the most. They're the ones talking the most shit. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, they're the ones who throw out, we have this exclusive, we have that exclusive, you don't. But I'll wait for it to be on Games with Gold.
Right.
It's like how Sunset Overdrive was the best game when it was free.
Oh, dude, that burned me up. That honestly burned me up.
How big? Bring this back to Fallout 4 for a second. How much did Twitter explode when it was like Fallout 4 for free, and all of a sudden everyone's like, "Give me it."
Yeah.
Give me it. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there is a problem with you got all these free to play games out there. You're giving away 4 games a month.
Oh man.
People expect Steam's around, so they see those sales. People just
mobile.
They're kind of conditioned not to buy games at full retail price unless it's Call of Duty, unless it's Grand Theft Auto, unless it's Uncharted and Halo and things like that.
I will say
it's actually a good point, Rand.
But I will say, as a father of 3 with not the disposable income of, say, my friend Frankie, I can't disagree with that. It's one of the reasons I really love EA Access and wish that everybody would do their own subscription.
So that's a great service.
It is. However, when it comes to their first-party content and when it comes to Sony's first-party content, I step up. I bought Uncharted, and I could have. And for full disclosure, I could have gotten Uncharted if I wanted it. I always say this. My contact at Naughty Dog used to be my contact for Microsoft when I was website. So he was like, he said to me, he said, "Why didn't you say something?" I said, "Because I'm not, as far as channel goes, I'm not there yet. I don't feel like I have that, I'm still rebuilding brand and stuff." So I bought that. The only game that I have not paid for that Microsoft put out was Forza Motorsport 6 and Rare Replay, because Rare Replay was a gift from Rare, and Forza Motorsport 6 I won from Jeff Bartram.
Oh,
Other than
nice.
that, I bought Halo 5, I bought Tomb Raider, and Day One. These are all ones I paid full price for. However, there's a ton of games that I'm waiting for sales on so that I can afford them, because I can't drop $60 every week for a game.
And Mike, that's fair. That's fair, Mike. And I'm going to say this. There has to be something, as a gamer, there has to be something that moves you to be at the starting gate when a game drops. It can't be everybody has a different scenario with their budget, but everybody also has a game that says, you know what, I'm there day one, and we're not seeing that, obviously. And I'm saying there are definitely games where you kind of go, that looks interesting, but I have this to play, I have that to play, so I'll wait, and if it's on sale, no brainer. I'll go ahead and grab it. That happens. That's just the nature of the beast. But something has to move you to be there day one. Some game has to you have to look at it and go, that's the one.
Togi 3, when that releases for $140, will be mine day one.
Togi 3. You got to stop saying that.
I hope that rumored leak date for release date for Recore is wrong too. I have a feeling it is, but that
October?
it was October 28th. I'm like, you released it that day, that game is dead.
No, I don't see that happening until 28th.
Yeah,
I thought they pushed that to 2017.
I thought they had pushed it
not
too,
yet.
But then that leak came out. I don't know.
But some retailer put it up there with the release date of October 28th this year, which is a terrible release date for that game.
Yeah, that's
I would say that would be booty.
Yeah, that would be booty, because we haven't seen anything. We haven't seen any gameplay of it. I mean, you're going to
see it at E3 this year.
You've got we'll get there. We're going to get there. Yeah. By the way, somebody had asked, and I can't find it. Somebody said, my shirt, I look like a wizard.
I said that.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah.
All right, so this is my every once in a while shout out to Vector Unit. The back of the shirt says Beach Buggy Racing. People that know the channel and know me on Twitter know I'm a very big fan of Vector Unit. And I'm a very big fan of their stuff, Riptide and Motor. It was a Riptide and Hydro Thunder Hurricane. I own all their games, so every once in a while I rep the shirt for them.
Hey, by the way, I don't want to interrupt, but before I forget this one quick point, something Rand brought up a couple minutes ago about gamers' expectations of, getting free content and buying things on the fly, having that option to do that flexibility is something that's probably attractive to a lot of maybe younger gamers now, and maybe that's not why we're seeing these games sell well too. Because I looked at the what is it, the Watch Dogs 2, like deluxe edition or whatever. It's like $100-something.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, holy shit! I've been gaming for a long time, and I remember when $50 was expensive.
Oh yeah.
And I would love $50 now.
Yo, you remember those $70 Nintendo 64 games?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
good times.
Yeah, right.
Citizen says Redbox for single player, which would be fine, but that's like $3.99 a day.
It's expensive.
Yeah, and for people like us who work, man, I got like 3 hours a night, and if a game's like 6 or 7 hours, I have to rent it for like 3 days. I might as well just buy it.
Might as well buy it, yeah.
GameFly, man.
GameFly is a good deal.
I've been using.
Yeah, I keep meaning to re-sign up for GameFly. I do. I just haven't.
Yeah, but I thought it was a good point. Though. I thought it was a good point that he brought up, because that could be what's going on too.
People see all these deals, all these cheap games, like Mike mentioned on Steam and stuff, and people see like for example, Overwatch. Overwatch came out standard edition on the PC for what, like $39, but it was like hidden, and then everyone had to buy the Origins edition for the Xbox and PS4. I thought that was kind of a low blow,
It was booty.
Whatever. I got a deal on it. I can't complain. And to counter Mike, I buy games as soon as they come out, but only if I can get a discount on them. I'm a cheap bastard like that. even if it's $2 or $3, that's. I mean, as long as that happens, I win. You know what I mean?
Mike,
most of the time, I can swing like a 10%, 20% discount through Best Buy or Amazon. But other than that, it's not worth it for me. If I can't get it for a discount, I'm not gonna. I haven't paid for a retail game.
What do you consider a discount? Like, for instance, you can game share on the One, so you can essentially get every game for half price.
Oh, see, I don't do that. No, I mean like I can if I own it.
Right. Well, no, you would technically own it. Like, say me and you game shared, and Doom came out. Like, I buy Doom, you buy Overwatch. Essentially, we paid $30 for both.
Oh,
that's a pretty good discount, right?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
$30 games at launch. I mean,
yeah, let's go down tomorrow and buy an Xbox.
You guys,
not yet, Enrique. Not yet. Dot.
So you guys All right, so all that to say, Remedy is making 2 new games and they're not with Microsoft.
Let's move on to the second topic of our 30-topic discussion.
Of our 30, right? That went
like we have a long list.
That went well. We're gonna have to cut some of this shit short.
We're so passionate about Remedy.
We can bundle it all together. We can bundle all the
It's a good thing this is a Friday night podcast.
We've covered the economics of gaming and.
Yeah. And with that, Rand's his hour's up. So bye, Rand.
Yeah, Rand.
I got 4 minutes.
All right, Watch Dogs 2. It's a great segue into Watch Dogs 2. So, what'd you guys think of the premiere for Watch Dogs 2? And by the way, why do we have E3 when people are just, their big games are being revealed before their conference?
E3's happening right now on social media.
Yeah.
This year is the worst.
Yeah, it really, much more so. It's getting worse and worse, which is why I always have maintained that E3 this will be one of the last.
I don't know. I'm still excited.
I am too.
I'm excited too.
I'm totally excited. But this whole thing is blowing up. And you know what? We've talked about that to death, so I really don't want to bring that back up and get into another 45-minute discussion on that. Watch Dogs 2. What did you guys think? New protagonist, new city, bigger map. Now, I enjoyed Watch Dogs, so I was one of those 4 million, but I was amazed. They sold so many, and yet it was such a hated game.
It was so hyped though, Mike. I think that the hype behind that, the advertising, everyone was saying Watch Dogs, Watch Dogs, Watch Dogs. All the threads about it, everyone was saying, "Oh, it's gonna be the greatest thing ever." I was there day one.
It
fell flat, man. The only thing I liked in that game, I mean, you guys can obviously speak your piece, but the only thing I really liked in that game was the automatic shotguns. I think that they were the best implemented automatic shotguns in a third-person open world game, even better than Grand Theft Auto. Man, I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but yeah, I would literally load up that game to go on a rampage with the automatic shotguns on some bad guys, because the automatic shotguns, just the handling was so good. Yeah. It just sounds really ridiculous, but that's the one thing I want to say about Watch Dogs.
I'm waiting on Games with Gold.
Games with Gold.
I also will not segue, but bring it back, if you will, Mike. I missed the trailer. I never saw it, and I honestly, I don't have any inclination to watch it. I'll watch it if it comes on TV. You know what I mean?
If it comes on TV, if you happen to be sitting on your couch, it comes on. Watch it.
I know, we all know you don't sell.
Yeah, if I'm lounging and it just brandishes itself in front of me, I'll watch it.
I won't. Somehow Marcus Holloway, the new guy, pops up in your bedroom. Hey man, watch my new trailer.
Is that what his name is? It's not the
Marcus?
Same guy.
Nope, it's a different guy.
He'll give you a pin. He'll give you a pin off of his messenger bag.
He's gonna give you one of his chassis.
Hayden Pierce, the worst character in all the last 10 years, according to everybody on GAF.
Dude, I don't know why they don't have a custom created character in Watch Dogs.
I think because it is a story. I think they're trying to do. Because remember, Watch Dogs, it takes that lineage from Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row and all these third-person games. Assassin's Creed. This is their way of trying to do a cinematic, story-based game, and then try to, of course, mix in the social aspect.
The UB elements.
It's honestly what it is. You could see it. And now, isn't Marcus a parkour expert I mean,
that's
so
the
now
one
you
thing
got
that I thought looked really cool was the parkour.
He is
around, like, the
parkouring.
building
every
stuff.
freaking game though now is parkour.
You gotta have a parkour guy. You gotta have a grappling hook. That's like
Well,
this
it's-
gen's like it's like the crutch.
Parkour was on the
Gotta
downtrend.
get around those buildings fast, man. Like, otherwise it's a door.
That's
You
it,
know,
man.
yeah. As far as like the game, like I thought the actual like cinematic trailer they showed was cringy. I thought it was terrible, right? But then they actually started some gameplay, and I was a little bit more intrigued. I was like, all right, you know, like I played the first Watch Dogs, it was all right. I mean, it wasn't nothing special in my opinion, but cool. I was a little pissed off that they took Chicago and didn't actually do Chicago right. They just made some.
Ghetto thing based around the river, right?
Yeah, it was just like, wait, if you're gonna say it's Chicago, why not copy it directly? Like, I understand you can't have Wrigley Field and stuff like that, but like, you made up, I don't know, and it seems like they're doing San Francisco right. But it was funny because
Jeff said he like noticed things because Jeff's in San Francisco and he said he could see things that were real.
yeah,
You can,
but
you can see Fisherman's Wharf. You can see all the hobo punk kids that are trying to beg for change on the corners.
my
just
hype,
Jesus.
my
like
hype was
real
a little
shit.
diminished though because I have a buddy who is currently working on the game, and he said he laughed when they showed the trailer because the game doesn't look anything like that.
Oh wow.
At least right now it doesn't.
Another Ubisoft
Well, I
hallmark.
asked him, I'm like, well, what did they show? He's like, well, clearly they showed it on some super powerful PC because he's like the Xbox One version and the PS4 version do not look like that right now.
So
Well,
so
we shouldn't be
That's what I was
surprised.
worried about.
We shouldn't be
It's-
surprised.
Was it running on the Frostbite engine?
it's running on Al's computer.
No.
That
no.
TX
It's
whatever.
running
What do you
on-
have, Al? GT? I don't know what the fuck you have.
Oh. GT. What the fuck are you talking about? It's I have a 980 Ti with a 600K processor. It's a fairly substantial system for PC games. And you know what? As a segue, see, we can burn right through these we can burn through all these topics, Mike. I'm worried about Ubi and EA showing their games off on PC hardware because they have deals with AMD again for a lot of these games in NVIDIA. So they might be trying to show off the 1070, the 1080, or the new Pascal cards like the 480.
Right.
I'm worried about that. I mean, people are going to be like, oh, these games look great. And yeah, they do look great, but are they actually on the consoles?
No, I thought people were gonna be like, wait a minute, is that Neo mode? Is that Scorpio mode?
Oh God,
And that's another
Yeah.
thing I'm worried about. Yeah, will that pop up or rear its ugly
Oh,
head?
that's absolutely happening.
That's gonna happen.
You know,
Well,
when they
that
show God of War
sucks.
4 at the Sony conference, they're definitely showing that thing off in whatever Neo version exists of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, well, maybe.
I don't know, but so like, you know, my buddy also played Ghost Recon too, so the game's a lot of fun. I'm not sure if it's coming out this year though.
I'm not going to lie, the trailer for that looked good.
I
That
want
looked
it.
really good.
Ghost Recon's so
They
nice.
also are working on a big, huge new AAA IP.
Better be
Ubisoft.
Splinter Cell.
Yep,
It
they
better
did-
be Splinter Cell.
Oh, it's new. It's a new
Yeah,
IP.
they did that. If you checked out their in their last quarterly reports, they said that it was a new IP.
I think they're gonna end the show with that too. Yeah,
Ooh.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wonder what it is.
Well, it would be their next. It would be right next to For Honor, which was also last year.
You know what's
I-
funny? The same guy, my buddy, who says that For Honor is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Well, they've
I
had
hear-
another
I
year
heard
to
the same
develop
thing.
it.
I mean, like he
So-
said, the campaign's really good. It's a blast to play, and I'm like, no, you're pulling my leg. He's like, honestly, he's like, once you get used to the controls, he's like, the game is just a ton of fun. I was like, all right, like
That's
Oh.
cool, man.
All
I
right.
can't wait.
All right,
It's gonna be like a chivalry for the consoles, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chivalry was amazing.
All right, so hype level for Watch Dogs 2,
I don't. What's the scale? What's the scale?
1 to 10.
6.
All right.
'Cause I didn't really care for the first game, and like the trailer looked cool, but again, it's not really high on my radar. And again, and now hearing like this, the game, of course, is another UB smoke and mirror. I'll wait to see what the end deal is.
All right. Inebriated pussy.
Oh, that didn't even sound right.
I know.
I'm just gonna roll
Sound like
with it
Saturday
because
night.
I'm gonna
sad
roll
part
with it
is,
because that was actually wasn't bad. That was actually amazing.
The sad part is, I was trying to stop myself as an inebriated pussy. No.
No.
I'd say I'm a little bit more excited than Eric is. I always like to give a franchise a second chance. If I didn't like the first game, I'm that guy. So maybe 6.5 to 7 out of 10. And I didn't even see the trailer. You guys are just talking about it, and I sound excited about it. So I'll give it a chance.
All right. Jesus Al Thor.
Jesus Al Thor.
I'm after seeing the gameplay and all that stuff. I am a bit more excited for it than I was previously. So,
hey, Rand, can I interrupt you for a second and ask you a direct question?
Of course.
Was this a trailer that encompassed just CG, or was it a trailer that encompassed CG and gameplay?
Well, so they started out the whole thing with a CGI trailer, clearly.
Okay. That's what I only thought.
It was. I thought it was very cringy, and then they went into like kind of like one of those like they show snippets of gameplay, but then like the dev talking, like a dev diary essentially, right?
Oh, okay.
So they would show snippets of gameplay, and then they have a dev talking over it. So the stuff they showed, like the little billiard ball on the end of like a string that he uses as a melee weapon, I thought looked pretty cool. And how he can parkour all over the map, so you can get, to the higher places really fast, and how they changed the handling of all the cars, so it feels better to drive because it was terrible to drive in the first one. There wasn't really much talk about gunplay. They kept it kind of like more like you can hack everything in the game. Like you can hack everybody's like cell phones. You can hack like every car in the game, and you can essentially move them. So like you could, if there's someone behind a car, you could hack the car and then like run that person over. They talked about like, yeah, you could beat the whole game without like killing anybody and stuff like that, which is interesting because I like that approach. I kind of like the stealth approach rather than like the guns all out approach.
Yeah.
So I'm a little more excited after seeing this than I was before, because Watch Dogs 1 to me was a disappointment. It didn't look nearly as good as the reveal. I thought it was kind of just too reliant on like gunplay instead of hacking to overcome. Like I thought it would be like you use your wits and you're hacking to overcome your obstacles rather than just like I'm just Nathan Drake 2.0 and I'm just gonna murder my way out of this,
Yeah, man. The craziest uncle in Chicago.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm getting revenge for my family.
So, Rand, how many pieces of flair do you give?
How many pieces of flair?
I'd probably give it like a 7. I don't think I'm gonna play it right away. Dishonored 2 is like the week before.
Yeah. That's got my money right there.
Dishonored 2's got me.
I have a feeling Titanfall 2 will be coming out around that point in time, and maybe even Halo Wars 2. I think Halo Wars 2 will be long. I'd rather play Halo Wars 2 over Watch Dogs 2. I think Halo Wars will be launching in November as well, so I'm interested to see where they take it. It could be good. Ubisoft is kind of known to, as a second game in the series, like they step it up. Like Assassin's Creed 1 was pure garbage.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 2 was extremely good.
Far Cry 2 was fantastic.
Yeah. So hopefully they learn their lesson with the first one, they give them proper dev time, and now the second one's going to be like, this is the game you wanted originally. And I'll be like, all right, cool,
Okay. Enrique, did I get you?
No.
All right, Brad.
I'm the last one. I don't know. I guess I give it a 7 from what I've seen so far. I wasn't a big fan of the first one. I actually didn't even finish it. But this one looks promising, somewhat.
Okay.
But I want Splinter Cell.
Yeah, man.
I really want Splinter Cell. And I want Ghost Recon.
And I want Michael Ironside back.
I want Michael Ironsides back. Come on.
Is he still alive?
He's still alive.
He's still hanging in there. Yeah, he's still hanging in there.
Oh, yeah. He's not doing another Starship Troopers?
Yeah. No, he's not doing another V.
Talk about millennials.
Oh, that's right. He was in the original V.
Yeah, but you talk about millennials and you look at Watch Dogs 2 trailer. That thing looks like an ad for like Abercrombie and Fitch.
It does.
It looks like an ad for people dropping pills.
And then in the gameplay, they're like, well, the world's going to be so alive, and you can walk up to people and have conversations, and they can yell rape and sue you.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
It reminded me of Watch Dogs before.
I wish they said that. If they said that, then I would YouTube the trailer right now. And Ubisoft would win.
Ubisoft would win.
So I feel like you guys ever see the McLaughlin Group? What the hell is that show?
Yes, I know what you're talking about, Mike.
Yeah.
You're all wrong. It's a 10. Next subject. All right, so
their games are starting to bleed together, though, Mike.
Yeah, they are. They
like,
are.
Watch Dogs 2, maybe. I was like, this is the Division before the Division.
Yeah, honestly.
You know?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, what about the fact that the Halo Wars 2 stuff all leaked today? Screenshots, the open beta.
Yeah.
I mean, what the heck is going on?
I purposely didn't look at any of that stuff.
Plug their finger into the hole and be like, stop with these leaks.
I'm telling
Rand,
you.
I'm worried that Reddit thing's going to be true.
I said this on Tuesday, and I will say it again. If they wanted to stop that shit, they would. I think they want to get all. I honestly believe that they're fine with this. They need all the publicity they can.
Yeah, I can see that spin right there. That makes sense.
I believe that if there are things that they didn't want people to know out in the open, they wouldn't say things or show things.
Yeah, but this is like the same way people found out about the Halo Wars 2 things, the same way people found out about the Red Dead Redemption back compat thing. Like, it was like some guy's profile that nobody knew, and then all of a sudden, like, here it is, and you could get to the store and stuff.
Well, I think somebody knew the guy and tweeted it out. But
the same thing with Red Dead. It was like almost the same exact. How people found it was almost the same kind of thing. I don't know. Like, I think Microsoft has a problem with the way the store is structured.
No, I agree with that. I'm talking about images and news. I think they want this out there. I think they're happy to have this out there because people are talking about it. People are talking about it and not talking about Neo or talking about
but Neo's not going to be an E3, so it's just,
it will not. It will not. And that was one of the things I was going to talk about as we start to transition.
God damn it, Enrique! Stop skipping ahead.
I know. Stop leaking information, Enrique.
I know. I'm an insider.
So, two real quick things then, and then I want to move on to the meat of the subject. And since we've already gone over this stuff, Rand, if you've got a roll, that's fine. New Destiny stuff coming out in September. I swear to God, I've heard a collective meh from the entire
Gallahorn's coming back.
Yeah.
I'll counter that. I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited for a new raid.
I'm excited. I'll be there.
Yeah, right. Basically,
right. Rand, you get some nice achievements completing a raid, man.
Yeah. This is gonna be the first. This is gonna be the first Destiny I get to play with my Xbox One Elite controller, so I'm excited for that.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So it was a gift from the wife. Fantastic. Best controller I've.
Do you use that on the PC quite a bit too, or?
Yeah, I flip it over. I use it on the PC. I have it Cronus Max Plus, and PS4 players in the chat are gonna hate me, but I use it on my PS4 to play all my PS4 games.
Yeah, I hear a lot of PS4 people, a lot of people who play like COD professionally on PS4. They use the Elite. They use the thing, because let's just face it, like, it's one thing to say like I like Uncharted or I like Halo, all that stuff is subjective, but what is not subjective is the fact that the controller is way better than the DualShock.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And nobody in the chat room should hate you for that. This is a multi-platform show, regardless of having Xbox Jesus on.
I said before, the DualShock controllers always felt like Fisher-Price toys.
Yeah, it's always been terrible.
I've always had a problem with the symmetrical sticks. I don't know why.
I do too. I think I have. I don't know if I have like big. I know I have big hands, but like my thumbs sometimes hit. And my thumbs slip off of the pad. It's uncomfortable.
For me, it probably goes back to the Dreamcast days, but that asymmetrical setup just is so much more comfortable.
Oh, Dreamcast was the bomb, man.
Yeah, man.
This is your first time on. You see the table of greatness.
I have all those, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
I did a video last month about hooking it up to the HDTV with a VGA cable and a converter.
Look at all those irrelevant Nintendo machines.
Nice.
Rand
with them deep. Hey, the GameCube's a good machine. It has some great games on it.
It does. It does.
Great coaster too.
Yep. See my Viva. Nice. My Viva Pinata faceplate.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't. I noticed that.
And
Bring back Viva Pinata.
They've got
Viva Pinata 3, please.
I know.
So anyways, going back, I'm going to reel it in for you, Mike. I'm going to reel it in for you.
Reel it in.
Back. I'm excited for Destiny because of my Xbox One Elite controller. So I'm going to probably I'll get the expansion. I'll give him another shot.
All right.
I have faith in real Bungie. I like that I said real Bungie.
Real Bungie, as opposed to fake Bungie. I always laughed at this game because it was funny. They left Microsoft to go make their own game because they didn't want to make a Halo game, and so what did they do? They went and made Halo for somebody else.
Exactly.
And just added PvE and called it a day.
You know what? I would say I would be completely okay with Sony completely ripping off Microsoft and making like an Elite PS4.
Oh God, I hope so.
I don't know what the holdup is.
And yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with the overall feel of the DualShock 4. I actually like that it's bigger. I don't have a problem playing with it.
It's better than the last one.
It is better than the last one. I just hate the battery life on it, and I hate the fact that it feels like if I get really angry in a game, I'm gonna snap it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I haven't worn.
We're all showing our anger issues right now by agreeing to this, but it's true. It's true. It's just like you just die right at that last checkpoint, like right before.
Right.
You're like, oh, you squeeze it, and you hear like a snap. You're like, oh shit. Like, I don't want to break this thing. These things are like $60. Fuck that.
Yeah. Right. My wife won't let me get another one.
Yeah, basically.
All right. So new Destiny content coming. Injustice 2 was announced. And that is now a multiplat as well.
It's all news.
Yep, there's
no PC version.
No PC version. Xbox One and PS4 only.
Yeah,
Wasn't Mortal Kombat 10 like a travesty on the PC?
Oh yeah, NetherRealm got scared. They got scared away from PC ports for the time being.
Isn't the gameplay reveal the game tomorrow too?
I believe it's
soon. Is it tomorrow? I didn't know.
I thought I read it was tomorrow.
So we have more gameplay reveal before E3.
Damn.
Yeah.
There's right because to be fair, where would and I kind of get I don't get it with Watch Dogs, but I get it with Injustice. Whose stage you bringing that out on?
Sony's.
Who's dedicating?
Nintendo.
Are they?
I mean,
are they really going to dedicate time to?
Are they going to bring it on stage, or are they just going to show it like in the in the show?
Well, I mean, Mortal Kombat 10 was demoed at Sony's press conference that year.
Oh, was it Sony? It might be Sony again.
Warner Brothers and Sony tend to do deals together.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah,
true.
He's absolutely right. That's where they showed Shadows of Mordor too.
That's where they showed the Batman games and stuff. They always tend to show stuff.
Warner Brothers.
But they also do have their own booth. They just don't, they don't have a press conference.
They might have a couple games there, so.
Oh yeah, they'll have because they're going to show off the Arkham.
Shadows. They might have a new Arkham game. They might have a new Suicide Squad game. They might have a new.
Gameplay reveal is in 20 hours.
Interesting. New Arkham game, maybe new Suicide. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it is Warner Brothers. You got to think about these things. Coming out.
Very true.
Warner Brothers
Shadow
of
Mordor was a cool game. Hopefully, they can expand upon the sequel.
Yeah,
that is a game that
it was a decent game. It got repetitive. It got so repetitive though.
Well, if you got to the end, the game literally. It's one of the few instances where I was like, they literally must have ran out of time and money because the final two boss fights were just a complete joke.
Yeah.
They must have had to ship this game because.
They make you basically immortal after the first 5 or 6 hours of the game if you actually do a couple of the challenges. I mean, you start unlocking your skills before you even get to the main stuff. You can just do side quest stuff like I did because I'm neurotic like that. I'm like, do all the side quest stuff. I did like a ton of side quest stuff. I started the main quest and I just dominated everybody. I'm like, oh man, maybe I wasn't supposed to do it like that. But I heard from my co-host Brandon on the Super Deformed Gamecast.
Who, by the way, is the most eligible bachelor on YouTube.
Yes, if you live in Colorado, hook him up.
Someone asked him out on Super Deformed Gamecast.
Are you serious? That's funny.
Is that what happened?
Oh, no. They just called him out and called him the most eligible bachelor. That's all.
Oh, okay.
John embarrassed him. I'll embarrass him more. Anyways, he said that. He said the same thing though. He said the same thing. Like they give you the powers too much, like too soon, and like it sort of just fell flat for him. But for me, I was able to stick with it for maybe 10 or 12 hours. I beat the main campaign. I liked it. But I agree, though. I think that maybe they superpower you too soon, or maybe they should tone it down for the sequel.
Yeah, I think it's a game that deserves a sequel for sure. I think it was a really good game at a time, like when the consoles launched.
It just needs
that game came out now, it would be panned completely.
It just needs multiplayer.
Oh god! But that game of multiplayer would be a little strange. The Nemesis system was such a good idea, though.
I
was even
copied
by Blizzard, and Blizzard actually made it better.
Yeah,
by making it like someone could invade your game from their game. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to Injustice 2. Something. Not only is it gone multiplat, it also has a couple new things to it.
Loot drops, right?
Loot drops.
Every game's got to have loot.
Yep. And microtransactions, of course.
No.
Oh yeah. And
no. Hey Rand, you're going to E3, right?
Yes, I am.
Do me a favor. Every developer you see, slap them in the face if they say they want to add microtransactions to their game.
But they'll talk about how it engages the community.
Hey, and slap them in the face.
It engages their wallets.
Right. Enrique.
Oh man.
You guys heard what Rod Ferguson said, right?
What?
About like Gears, about the Gears boxes. They're very similar to the loot boxes in Overwatch. Mm-hmm. He was directly asked. He was like, "Hey, well, why? If I just want that skin and that skin's $2 and then I buy it and then I'm done." He's like, "We want people to engage with it, so that's why we're not. You can't buy anything directly. So we want people." He compared it to Hearthstone. I'm like, dude, like, look. I don't care about the loot boxes in Overwatch. I'm never going to spend real money on that. I think like digital items like that are completely worthless.
Either. Never, ever.
But like the fact that you have Rod Ferguson, who's a great dude, who's out there defending the practice of it by saying that like, well, we didn't want to give people the ability to buy exactly what they wanted because we want them to gamble and spend more than what they wanted is almost disgusting to a certain sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I just want this one skin, this one Marcus skin, please. And I could have it if I could just buy it directly from you for $5, but no, I'm going to make you like buy $100 worth of stuff to maybe get the thing you want. I think it's like that's
awful.
Like terrible.
And then grind for it, Rand.
If they're going to do that, why even charge us $60 in the first place?
Well, if you don't slap them in public, can you just give them like a furrowed brow, stern look?
Enrique, we should tell them if you are happy with your great microtransaction thoughts, you should just slap yourself.
Exactly.
I think Rand should just take a Homie the Clown sock and just smack the
Homie the Clown.
Don't play that.
Rand don't play that.
Rand, right.
It's just bad because it's going to be in every single game going
forward.
Every single game.
But see, don't you guys think this is a problem though?
As long as it doesn't affect games. As long as it doesn't affect the gameplay of it, like if I can't pay for an advantage or pay for pay to win type scenario, I'm okay with it because
you gotta believe that's gonna come soon, though, Rand.
If it does, then I'll have a problem with it. Like that's why I don't mind the loot boxes in Overwatch because they're just cosmetic nonsense.
Right.
Same.
Like they're never gonna get a dime from me. So,
but you know why they're doing it is because people are paying for it.
That's
people are lazy.
Yeah, it's like buy fatalities in Mortal Kombat.
But this is my point, though. They're charging $60, and then they're charging us for more stuff.
It's why they tell you don't drink the shampoo, because obviously someone's done it.
Drink the shampoo. I've never heard that. Must be a 50s quote.
That is why that warning is on the bottle, because somebody's done it.
Think about it.
People are paying for this.
Maybe Fable Legends would have lived if it was, instead of being a games as a service, if it was a $60 game with microtransactions thrown down your throat.
Probably. That's a good point.
Maybe.
Such a shame, man.
So, all right.
And it's not just like one company. It's all of them. Microsoft does it. Sony does it.
Yeah, they all do it.
Everybody does it.
And it's weird.
Steam does it. Everybody does it.
It's how they position it, though, because it's for you, right? Like when they announce these things, watch all the fanboys, because, like for Halo, for example, and even for Uncharted, it was, yeah, we got microtransactions and we got a shit ton of them, right? We give you maps for free. We don't splinter the community anymore.
Yeah.
It's like they're saying like this is for us. Like we're doing you a favor, and it's like most people. I think most people are smart enough to know the truth, right?
Look in this hand while I hit you with this hand.
And I'm like, listen, like that's fine, and I'm cool with free maps, but like you could still do the free maps without having the microtransactions. You know,
Absolutely.
like doing one doesn't preclude you doing the other. It's just a way of explaining it to people. Like, well, you know, if we didn't have the microtransactions, you would have to pay $15 for 3 maps. It'd be like, oh Jesus, you know.
Right, just charge me for the maps.
Yeah, basically, CD Projekt Red basically turned the fucking game industry up on its ass by producing 2 full games for $20 for
that's why I love them. That's why I love them. They're doing it right.
It's all about these companies grabbing their alpha consumers and just squeezing them for everything they got. It's like, you love Halo, $60 or $200 for the collector edition, but you really like Halo? What about those rec packs? Oh, you got to play for hundreds of thousands of hours or pay for money.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
From it, you know. Oh, you like all those skins in Overwatch? Oh, but it takes forever to level up. Squeeze you until you just can't. You know, you don't like the level progression anymore, and you just really want that skin. You think, hey, $20 ain't so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize you did spend $60 for it.
Yeah.
You know, so
I'm not gonna lie. I spent some money on Battlefield to unlock things.
This is your favorite game, right? You know you love it.
Yeah. By the way,
money.
Just so you know, Injustice 2 is coming out in 2017.
Back to the subject.
Back to the subject at hand.
Hey, talk about the glow that all the characters have on them. So it looks like they're in Tron.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It does. But they are adding so they're adding Gorilla Grodd as one of the characters.
That's cool.
Supergirl.
Supergirl's going to be in it. Let me see. It's supposed to be the largest.
Zack Snyder. Punch the shit out of him.
Why does Superman need armor?
Is Wolverine going to be there?
Wrong universe.
Wolverine.
I'm joking.
Why does Superman need armor? Someone explain that to me.
Protect them from Batman.
Yeah. Because everybody now knows that you can knock him out with kryptonite, so he's got to wear some armor.
Oh, no, I'm gonna tell Rand because he's under witness protection for all the
Spoiler! Trust me, the 5 people who watched Batman vs Superman know this already.
They ruined the movie for me on Tuesday, Al.
So
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
You didn't see it?
That's
funny.
The trailers ruined the movie for you.
Dude, that movie ruined itself.
Exactly.
Ben Affleck that movie.
Yeah.
What's the big topic for tonight, so I can tell you my opinion, and then I can go.
Skip ahead.
We've covered most of them, so now let's see. So the big topic, of course, was some of the new news: the Remedy, the Watch Dogs 2. So we'll skip ahead to where we see the conferences going, and so we'll get you on this, and then you can roll out. We'll start with Sony simply because there's news to come out. So Andrew House today was being interviewed by the Financial Times. Basically said what everybody in the known universe knows: the worst kept secret alive, the PlayStation Neo, whatever they're going to call it at the end,
4K.
does exist.
Yeah.
It is an actual thing. It's coming out, and it'll cost, but it will not be at E3. They will not discuss it at E3. So his exact words were, "We'll announce it when we're ready." And then he went on to Then he went on to talk about, the compatibility with PS4 and how it's meant, all the things that we've heard. It's meant to coincide with the PS4, to coexist with it. All games have to support, the PS4. There was one thing that stuck out at me, and it's one of the reasons that I've been critical of the timing of these, which now seems to be in jeopardy anyway, is that he said he expects most, if not all, games to have games going forward to have a Neo mode on it. And it would be seamless, but a reasonably small amount of coding needed to make it work. So I don't want to dwell on this now because they're not going to talk about it. But I've sort of got a bigger issue with these newer consoles coming out, in that you're going to have, there's no way all games are going to have a Neo mode. So people are going to spend all this extra money to then have games that look like the PS4. And people are going to be pissed the first time that Frostbite engine can't deliver for them.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny he says that, like, but you didn't say all, but most games. It's, like, funny. He's like, yeah, because you're requiring them to have a Neo mode, and if they don't have it, you're going to fail them a certification for them. So, of course, it's like, that quote's just so weird to me. I think he's more talking about previous games, because I don't think every game is required to have a patch.
No, it's not.
Every game after October is required to have a Neo mode, otherwise they fail certification. So they won't be allowed to put the game out.
Oh wow!
So
that's crazy.
That does, yeah.
And that's kind of what we're talking about on Tuesday night. That if gamers aren't missing out on software, that this thing will probably work out anyway.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's interesting. Like, so I wasn't expecting them to come out this early and say, "Hey, it exists."
Yeah.
I think they had to, because everybody knows.
Right, everybody knows about it, but like it put Microsoft in a very, very weird position, right? Because now Microsoft knows that Sony isn't going to say anything about the Neo, right? So does this make Microsoft want to unveil Scorpio, even though Scorpio, by all accounts, isn't coming out until the end of next year?
No.
Okay, so but then it's like, okay, Sony, but then is Sony bluffing Microsoft? So say Microsoft doesn't announce Scorpio, what if Sony then bluffs them and then shows the Neo, and then they one up Microsoft? But then, like, okay, so if Microsoft,
you think they have two press conferences made just in case?
Yeah, well, they do. But then what if Microsoft's like, all right, we're not going to show Scorpio now because Sony's not showing Neo. But then all the fans are going to be disappointed because they're expecting a Scorpio, and that's going to color the perception of the conference. It's like if everybody's expecting new hardware and they don't deliver new hardware, like that kind of is going to put Microsoft in a bad position with the fans. And it's kind of why it's actually kind of good for Sony to get ahead of this and be like, it exists, it ain't going to be there though, sorry. And by the way, it's going to be really expensive, because he did point out in the article, is like, it's going to be
expensive.
Yeah, so
I do want to bring that quote up, though. Andrew House profitable? So Andrew House said all or a very large majority of games will also support the high-end PS4. I think they're backing off of that requirement. That may be a developer thing. That may be developer pushback, but I
might just be first party then.
I think they're backing off of that with third party, because they can't they could try to force it.
But then, Mike, what's the incentive to upgrade then if they're not enforcing that?
That's my problem. That's my problem with why we're doing this now and not a 5-year cycle.
Yeah, look at the third-party developers that they're going to be talking to, which is Ubisoft, EA basically DICE. DICE basically was the guy. They were the team that made it get 8 gigs of RAM in the PS4. They wanted the PS4 to be super powerful. I think DICE will be okay. I think EA will strive to make that transition. Try to make games for Neo. I think Ubisoft definitely will. Activision will probably do the same. But it's just like Mike said, the other third parties the wild cards you don't know.
And they say small but manageable. But when is anything in game when you add more things to game development, nothing is small but manageable. Especially for like a smaller studio, or a studio of 1 or 5, No Man's Sky. I don't think that's. I can understand why some developers are probably pissed. Hopefully Microsoft, with their talk of UWP, where it's like literally no work and it just scales. I mean, if that's true, they might be sitting on a potential. I'm not going to say gold mine, but at least like.
It's like a PC platform that's generic that everyone can use.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Right.
But it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like something else.
And I don't want to, like I said, this is not really the place I want to turn this into this yet. But I think that is why, despite all of the crazy rantings of what's his face from Epic and all the dash going on,
Tim Sweeney.
Thank you, Tim Sweeney.
Tim Sweeney.
I don't know why I blanked on it. I think that honestly, you've heard very little panicking from Microsoft on this, and I think the reason is because they're simply getting ducks in a row for this. However, I still have this issue of I'm actually glad that we're not going to see this stuff at E3 because, as I said on Tuesday, we're not even at the 3-year mark yet. Like we're not, and that's craziness.
Yeah, we're getting the Slim now.
But that's the Slim. I mean, that's a different animal to me.
Hey, well, according to sources, the sources of the Slim is the Scorpio.
Right.
And
right.
Like this.
Well, no. According to sources,
I hear that chuckle.
We have now.
Yes.
Is the Scorpio?
No, he changed. He changed his tune.
Now he's saying, did he?
Now he's saying the Xbox Slim is the Scorpio. And the one coming out next year.
I'm not. Yeah,
that's
all right. That's okay. Well, you know what? I'll counter
fun of it.
I know, but this is not that kind of podcast. I don't care for that. I don't care about those guys. I just think it's funny. The joke on social media is that Phil's going to come out and he's going to press a button.
Yep.
You know. I think actually
barbecue sauce is going to come coming out of our Xbox One.
I think actually what's going to happen. And I think actually what's going to happen is a big giant switch is going to come down from the ceiling, and on one end is going to be Larry Herb, and on the other end is going to be Angry Joe, and they're going to be pushing back and forth on it, and that'll be your flip the switch, and then all of a sudden all of our Xbox Ones will be 4K.
I like it.
I don't
know. I'll go out on a limb and say that the Xbox Slim and the Scorpio are probably two different platforms, two different systems entirely. And they're going to be probably a year and a half apart.
That's why I can't see that Microsoft even mentioning Scorpio, because it's like in one breath they're going to be like, here's the Slim, buy it now, it's $300, it's 40% reduction in size, it's 2 terabytes, whatever. Right. But in the same breath they're going to be like, but we got a system coming next year, so spend your money now only to spend it later. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
I see the Scorpio and I see the Neo, or I'll even be so bold as to say it's not going to be called Neo and it'll actually be called PS5, being announced next year.
So you think it's going to be PlayStation 5 and not?
I think it's going to be an entire generation leap. I think if they're going to spend another year to wait on it,
talk about this crappiest generation of all time.
But you don't think Al? You don't think they'll announce this at
Scorpio
at PSX?
They might. I mean, I don't know. Whatever it's going to be, I think it's going to be the next generation of PlayStation because they can't let Microsoft steal the thunder from them. You know what I'm saying?
But I still think they can solve forward and backward compatibility in some cases. But I think Microsoft has the, as Rand was saying with UWP, I think they have the easier path to that.
Absolutely.
One of the people we're going to have on shortly after E3 is Mike Micah from Other Ocean. You guys all know him from creating iDarb, and he.
Oh, nice.
Yep,
I love that.
Yeah, and he, back when they were, Microsoft was first showing Windows 10, he came out and was talking about how easy it was to bring that code over to Windows 10, which is going to, the cross-play and that kind of thing. And I kind of want to pick his brain a little bit on just how easy that is, because that gives incentive for developers to want to say, well, I can make one game, one set of code, and it's portable enough that, UWP will take care of all the background stuff for me, whether or not it's a different processor, a different GPU, so on and so forth. And I'm just, I'm wondering if that's where that's coming, if that's coming, if that's what next year's E3 will be.
There will be no E3 next year.
Yeah, right.
Bold.
No, don't say that.
That's a bold statement.
Don't say that.
Next year's E3 will just be a big pancake breakfast.
I can get behind that.
They're going to leak what syrup they're using.
Al, stop trying to confuse the chat room, Al.
Yeah, you like that? Well, hey, I saw the other ones. I thought that'd be pretty funny.
Oh, Al, don't do that.
5.
People are writing this down.
Al's trying to mess with the chat room.
Yeah,
I
agree with Rand.
After.
The UWP could be sitting on a gold mine.
They have to get it working though, man. Like,
well, I was going to say that like it hasn't worked on the PC side with some of the games that they've ported over.
No, it has not.
Like with Quantum Break,
the Windows 10 store.
With Quantum Break,
it needs to be fully functional. Like, look, Quantum Break, whatever test case scenarios, even with Forza and all that stuff. The game that's primed for that audience that's on PC is Halo Wars 2. It's an RTS.
Oh yes.
But I would like to say this: for all the issues that Quantum Break had, if you look how fast they... Sorry, hold on.
Oh, you getting
a text
page?
message?
Sorry, yeah, I'm getting it. Sorry.
You got a page.
Green phone Phil's texting him.
He looked at it sideways.
Right,
It was a
right.
page.
The text says, "Please stop talking." No, the
It was Yu Suzuki.
right.
Yu Suzuki.
No, look how fast that development
text came in.
Right. Look how fast the development for Quantum Break ramped up. I mean, it came through quick. I mean, they announced that a month before. Now, obviously, they were working on it previous to that.
Version? Yeah, the PC version was definitely hacked together with like duct tape.
I don't disagree. However, what I'm saying is, look how fast they got it up and running, even at that state. That does give
that
some. Well, it was broken.
I mean, I'm just saying, I think Halo Wars 2 is the big one because it's a game primarily designed for keyboard and mouse. Whether or not keyboard and mouse is ready for the Xbox One, like that game seems like to be sold to PC gamers, and that it just it needs to work. It needs to work on Windows 10. Like, look, we all talk about first impressions. Xbox One didn't really have a good one, and neither is Windows 10, the gaming store. It's like this Quantum Break's the first big one, or Rise of the Tomb Raider was, but like Quantum Break comes out, doesn't work. Killer Instinct 3, right, is actually pretty good port. Yeah. Even the Forza Apex stuff is pretty good too.
Forza Apex I've played that this morning. Fantastic.
Yeah. Fantastic. So it just needs to work properly. And I'm sure they need time to get everything, battened down and stuff. But before I go, because I got to get going, I think Microsoft's going to have a good conference. I think, hopefully we haven't seen everything that they have or like guessed at, because I hope that Reddit leak isn't true.
I hope so too.
I if it is, it's going to be a bad conference. But I think they have some surprises. I'm thinking. I've been mulling this over. I think they're going to end with Crackdown 3. I think they're going to open with Gears of War 4.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
And then the middle. They'll probably do the Slim sometime in the middle, and then they'll be like, we're going to give it to everybody in the audience, and I'm going to scream for joy.
Well, that'd be amazing. Is it going to be available for sale next week?
Pre-orders, I would probably guess pre-orders will be up that day, but I don't think it'll be available like right away. I just have a feeling it won't be.
I need a replacement Xbox, man. That's what I want. I want the Slim.
I think Battlefield 1 is going to be there. Some Ubisoft game, I'm not sure which one will probably be there too, because they usually like to do that. I'm not sure on Titanfall 2. Like, I guess it depends on who was the marketing for it. Even though
did they leak that deluxe PlayStation 4 thing or something?
Well, they were saying that was fake.
Oh, that's fake? Okay.
Yeah, so obviously we'll know who has the marketing with Titanfall if it shows up at Microsoft's or shows up at Sony's.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it doesn't show up at either.
It'll be at one of them. Even though, because Fallout 4 was
going to be at Nintendo's
Bethesda's and then was at Microsoft's.
It's going to be at Nintendo's conference.
You probably see some good indie stuff. Maybe
you're gonna see more Cuphead.
Cuphead like a mofo.
Oh my god, I was so happy.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what ReCore actually is, like gameplay wise. Like that's probably one I'm like most looking forward to. Like, show me what this game is all about.
Yeah,
it's been drenched in secrecy for too long.
It's nothing but QTE.
Oh god. As for Sony, Sony's a little bit different. Sony likes to show games that don't come out for a long time.
Oh yeah.
That is the major problem I've always had with them,
but they do that to play to their base.
I know, but like look, they'll probably trot out what's his face for Shenmue 3 or whatever the hell you say it.
Shenmue
3.
Rand, are they going to ask for more money?
Suzuki will be there.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Will be there.
Actually, just so you guys know, the publisher for Shenmue 3 said that as of right now, they are not going to be at E3.
Wow.
daggers.
I doubt it.
Come on,
but,
that game will come out. I think that game will come out probably.
Next
I don't
year.
know the race. Well, there's a race between that and Mighty Number 9. So.
Oh, that's hilarious! I actually saw someone playing Mighty Number 9.
No, I think that has a June date now.
Right.
Mighty Number 9.
I also saw someone playing it tonight.
Yeah,
Really?
A reviewer. I posted the tweet earlier. I would make fun of him. I was like, I never thought I would see someone actually playing this game. My head would explode.
Didn't you say the other day that you thought like a Summer of Arcade scenario could happen, like with Cuphead below?
Yeah, it's very possible. It's possible they could totally do something like that. Cuphead below, Inside.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't heard of anything about Inside since they revealed it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So who knows?
All three of those would be awesome.
But Sony, I don't know what they're going to open with. They opened up with Horizon last year, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think they'll open it with that again, and they're definitely not closing with Horizon. So they're probably closed with God of War 4. I don't know what they're going to open with.
Call of Duty.
They're going to open with Last Guardian. No, they'll open
Final
with Last
Fantasy
Guardian.
VII remake.
I think so too, Mike. I think they will.
No, I think they need to show more of that game, and I think that's what they're going to start with.
I can see Final Fantasy.
That's assuming it's even coming out this year.
They keep swearing to goodness that it is.
And will No Man's Sky be shown for the 53 in a row?
I honestly don't think it'll be on the stage this year.
I don't either, because it's actually coming out the following week,
August.
Right? It'll push back to August, right?
Yeah.
There'll be a Warner Brothers game on stage. Call of Duty will be there.
Call of Duty.
I don't know. Indies and Destiny will probably be there. Someone told me that. Someone told me that Destiny 2 is going to be unveiled at Sony's press conference via trailer. I don't believe them, but whatever.
Yeah. I'm not actually sure that. I think Bungie said they weren't going to be there either. Except
that doesn't mean they can't show a trailer, though. I mean, how the Undead Labs people said they're not going to be at E3, but supposedly State of Decay 2 is going to be there in trailer form.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, because last year's I thought Microsoft had one of their best ever press conference, at least since the Matrix. The Matrix era is just a blur to me. I don't remember anything. So it's like I thought they had a really good press conference. I thought Sony's was all right, but Sony's was more like nostalgia bomb. It's
Sony's was a place to their
it's like here are these games that you've wanted for years, but they're not going to be out for another 3 years, so whatever. And I don't particularly like that. I think that's
let's say Last Guardian's going to come out this year.
Right. So Final Fantasy VII Remake will be there again, and Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3, Gran Turismo Sport. Right. I mean,
Persona 5.
I want to show you guys something that I saw today that I thought was really interesting, and it has to do with this kind of. There's a site, Finder.com.au, that said 62% of games from E3 are still unreleased, and if they went through the list of games, South Park, and Ubisoft is not immune to this either. South Park, which you would think would have been finished by now, unreleased. For Honor, unreleased. Ghost Recon, unreleased. Battle Cry, Dishonored 2, Elder Scrolls Legends, all unreleased. Mass Effect Andromeda, unreleased. Metroid Prime Federation, Nintendo. Last Guardian, unreleased. No Man's Sky, Dreams. We're going to see more of Dreams.
I think we'll see Mass Effect on the Sony stage.
You think?
You think so?
Absolutely. Maybe.
I've been saying for a while. I thought Sony would try to get the marketing rights to previous Xbox exclusives, so I had always kind of thought they would grab Mass Effect and Titanfall. I can see
that, yeah. Makes sense.
But as you can see, and Microsoft is not immune. Gigantic, which we know has had development issues and stuff like that. Tacoma, Ion, Ashen. We heard great things about Ashen, and that disappeared. Cuphead, Fable Legends, which is canceled. Recourse, Sea of Thieves, and Gears of War.
Yeah. Tacoma's already been. They already came out and said that's not until 2017 now. So
Tacoma sounded really, really good too.
Only 38% of games spoken about during the E3 2005 press conference.
Well, it's a hype show.
Yeah, and exactly. That's what. Exactly.
And it's funny. I have my favorite guy ever. My most treasured contact that I've ever had.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
Is not you.
Is Eric Jackson from is Peter Moore. It's always Peter Moore. Peter has always been my favorite guy. He has always been the one who's treated me the nicest. He's always, I have a fondness for him.
Get him on the show, Mike.
Everybody else. Oh, that would be, that would check off the bucket list, and that'd be our last podcast, because then I would be done. I could die happy.
That's awesome.
But when he ran the Microsoft press conferences, everything that they showed at those press conferences for the Xbox 360,
those are great conferences too. He was great.
They were all games that were coming out that fall.
Or within a year. Yeah.
So I would say 90% of the games that they showed were all games that they were bringing out that calendar year, whether it was in the fall or in the winter.
Yeah.
They very rarely showed anything in the future. This whole thing, I mean, Enrique's right. It's nothing. Or Rand is right. It's a hype show. It's nothing more than it
sucks.
It really does. I get so upset just thinking about what's going on.
You really wish everyone could do pull a Todd Howard, but not a lot of studios can do that.
No.
They had the luxury because it's Fallout and whatever. But before I go, speaking about Sony, Verendis from NeoGAF, he works at Sony or whatever. He dropped a bunch of kind of hints of what could be exclusive. So here's the ones that still haven't come out. So there's still an exclusive game coming from Warner Brothers that they signed back in 2013. And people are speculating it might be a Superman game. I don't know, whatever.
I thought that was Sucker Punch.
This is not.
Spider-Man.
It's an exclusive game from Warner Brothers. So,
Superman. I'm sorry, Superman. I got it.
2 exclusive games from Sega, which are not Yakuza. Exclusive from Level 5. 2 exclusives from Front Software. I'm assuming one of them was Bloodborne.
Bloodborne sequel,
Bloodborne 2. Dragon Quest Remake. HD,
a
new Sly Cooper, a big budget JRPG from Sony Japan.
Notice the trend on these, by the way. Almost all Eastern developers except for Warner.
Yeah. I really can't see the Warner making a Superman game exclusive to one platform, though.
I can't either.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. And people were saying that they were going to have a Spider-Man game just for the PlayStation 4 and.
Well, that could happen because Sony owns the movie rights to Spider-Man, and Sucker Punch is a first-party developer.
I heard Sucker Punch that rumor's mixed up. Sucker Punch is going to show off their new IP. Insomniac is making Spider-Man.
Doing something, but
then I would imagine that would be multiplat.
And
that's what I thought.
Spider-Man game is going to be running on the Sunset Overdrive engine.
Oh wow.
Apparently.
It all makes sense. Tweet it out, everybody.
Yeah, everyone tweet it out.
But yeah, it's gonna be a great E3, my first one there. So I'm super excited. I don't leave till Sunday
for you.
I don't leave till Sunday morning. I've never been on a plane before, so there's that.
Yeah. Oh, wow, man. You got a lot of
exciting.
So I've never been on a plane, so that's that excitement. I'm flying out Sunday. Everybody from TXR is gonna be there. Me, Jeremy, Maka, South, Tim. My days are packed. Right when I land, I'm going to pick up my FanFest ticket, and I'm going to E3 to register, and then we're going back south, and then South and Maka are going to Bethesda. I'm then going to hang out with Tim, and then I got a meeting with some Microsoft people at night that they want to talk about some stuff. And then Monday you got the press conference in the morning, and then FanFest right after that from 11 to 4, the Forza thing. And then I got invited to the Xbox press event on Monday night. So I'll be rubbing elbows with the press, man, Destin Legiri and Ryan McCaffrey and stuff. And then Tuesday, I'm not going to really say anything about Tuesday because I can't say anything about Tuesday. But and then Wednesday and I got a lot. I think I'm going to head over to EA on Wednesday to play Titanfall 2 and Battlefield stuff. So
nice.
I think we can say just keep an eye on Xbox Daily on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I mean Xbox Daily. It's going to be they usually have some good stuff there. I definitely would keep my eye open for it. But thanks for having me on, Mike. I gotta go.
Hey man, I appreciate. I know you have been busy all week, and the fact that you took some time to hang out with us, and longer than you said you could. I always appreciate it. You're one of the goods, man. You and the TXR group. You guys. I keep saying it for a platform specific podcast. You guys do it the right way.
Thank you. It means a lot.
I agree.
We try to keep everything, even keel.
Yeah. Well, no, it means a lot. It means a lot to spend your time with us tonight. It really does.
And I got to meet the cat, man.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. So have a safe trip.
I will. Hopefully, yeah.
And we'll be talking soon.
All right. I'll see you. You'll see me at E3, I guess.
Yes, sir.
You'll see pictures. All right.
Yes,
have
sir.
a good one, guys, and I'll see you later.
All right, Rand. Take care, bud.
Later.
Thanks, bud.
See you.
So, awesome, man. It's
I'm really excited for him. That's awesome. He's getting to go, and he's also going with his friends too. I mean, those guys at TXR are pretty close, so that's awesome. Yeah.
So getting back to go ahead.
I got to get out to E3 next year.
If there is one.
No, there'll be one.
I think so. I think within the next 5 years is when it's going to really.
Mike, I want to go next year. I really do. I'm being serious. I really want to go next year.
I think you and I, because you and I are on the East Coast. We're Eric and Al. Where are you guys?
I'm in Miami.
So. We're all East Coast. Yeah.
All East Coast. You too, Al?
Yeah, New Jersey.
Oh, okay. So you're,
Al's he's in Jersey.
No. That's
he's on the shore.
I'm South Jersey.
South. He's South Jersey.
He's tanning right now.
I don't talk like an idiot.
He talks like Rex Ryan.
We're gonna meet Al. He's gonna be glowing orange,
basically
drinking Red Bulls.
I would be
listening to Paul Oakenfold.
Obviously, that's a long trip for Eric, but I'd be up to going to PAX East.
You know what, Mike? No bullshit, man. You know what? Seriously, we should go.
I wanted to.
We should all go to E3 next year.
E3.
That's a rough for me.
Hey.
I don't know how your wife is never going to let you go to E3.
She'll let me go.
She won't let you come back.
She sees the pictures of Naughty America. She might not.
Well,
change the
I do want to do an E3. I've always wanted to do one, and like you said, Mike, who knows the form of it? Will it be around? But PAX is definitely doable.
Yeah, we should do PAX East.
Yeah.
I'd be up for that.
But I definitely want to do an E3 just because obviously it's changing. It may not be what it is in the next couple years as we know it. And I think it would be fun. I mean, I could definitely get away, and it's on my bucket list, so I definitely want to do it.
The truth of the matter is I think my E3 days are done. I mean, I did the decade of E3, and now, especially I just don't like where it's going, and so I can watch the conferences, I can watch the the shows everybody has, and be happy with that. I think my days of being on the E3 show floor just aren't what they used to be. So, but something like PAX would be fun. Something where we could get up there and there's little like I don't have to go as press. There's little interaction other than going up and playing the games. And we could even do a special live on the scene podcast from there. So that's the one I would love to do. So if you guys are up for that, let me know.
Yeah, that's definitely doable.
So, all right. So, real quick, let's finish going through some of this stuff because I also want to give a real quick Xbox dashboard demo. Okay, so we start Sunday with Bethesda.
Whew, gonna be ridiculous.
It really is.
They're gonna have the best press conference.
I think so too.
I can't.
You know what?
I can't disagree.
Let me just say something about Bethesda. I'm Bethesda biased because they sit here in my backyard, like literally. Their offices are like 10 minutes from my house.
I've got a ZeniMax. Right, I can walk to my local ZeniMax office.
Yeah, I mean, like ZeniMax, like the main ZeniMax headquarters is like 10 minutes from my house.
Yeah, it's in Rockville.
Awesome.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. They came out flexing last E3.
Oh man,
because they had the big game.
Yeah, and I was, when I heard that they were coming out with a press conference, I was like, really? Like Bethesda? I was kind of a little skeptical. I was like, I don't know. And I was just blown away. They showed Doom, and I was like, and then Fallout, and I was like, they just,
And they said Fallout's 90 days away.
Yeah. And
I was really happy for them.
Bethesda was very much, excuse me while I whip this out.
Exactly. It's like,
Where the games at?
Yeah. They said, "What do the 5 fingers say to the face?"
It was very much
like
a carry on moment for E3. Like, okay, carry on.
Yep,
exactly.
And I was really happy for them because I've known Pete Hines for a long time.
Good
and
dude.
He is a good dude, and the fact that he is still there. Let's see, he's been there over 20 years now. No, I'm sorry, 1999, 2009. He may have been there before I started journalism, so he may be there 20 years by now. But he's been there as long as I have been involved in the industry, and I was just really happy to see him up on stage rocking it like that, and they really did. I think the only thing that hasn't come out besides Dishonored was that Elder Scrolls card game, right?
Yeah.
Did that come out?
Yeah. No.
They showed it again, I think, recently.
Did they? I haven't seen it.
All right, so we figure that. So we figured Dishonored 2 will be there.
Yeah.
We figure something Elder Scrolls will be there. We just don't know what it is.
Probably there might be something Elder Scrolls Online related.
Yeah, it might just be ESO expansion, another one.
Yeah.
They really want to push that. They've put too much money into it.
And they seem to be. It seems to be
Mike,
doing
you could have
well.
tested it, man. That office that's close to you.
I know. I could have.
Yeah.
It's really funny. One of my friends I went to school with was part of their help desk, and he works for me now. So
that's funny.
he was dishing on on why it went from what it went from subscription based to why it's not. It was kind of funny. There was a very riddled development. Is about all I can say. But the end result seems to be pretty good. It seems to be doing well. And so, I think that what you're going to see is probably, I think you're right, it's going to be an expansion. But beyond that, everybody's been kind of speculating on another Prey, another Wolfenstein, which I have to think that's a given.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm telling you, I'm calling Quake.
I would love another Quake. God,
It's too soon. They're building a team now, so that's we're talking 2 years at least.
Yeah, well, with Bethesda, you never know.
Yeah, but they'd
Wouldn't it be running off the same engine as Doom, though?
Id Tech 6 or Id Tech 5, whatever it is. Yeah,
is it 6 now? Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
Maybe another Rage. Nobody's talked about another sequel to Rage.
What a great looking game.
Rage was fantastic. I loved Rage. I think we'll also see The Evil Within might actually have a sequel come out.
Evil Within 2.
Yeah, we've heard that rumor.
Prey 2.
Prey 2 is huge. People don't understand that's going to be a huge game.
If
Arcane's taking it over, oh god, because they're almost done Dishonored. They have something else to kick back into. I think they might show Dishonored 2 and be like, oh, by the way, we're also doing this, and it's going to come out, and you're just going to be like, oh my god. That's what I wanted to happen.
But here's the thing.
Machine Games kicking in the door with Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah, Machine Games has to do it. They have to do it.
It's going to be insane, man.
Yeah.
The Skyrim remaster. You can't
Wait, Al, you tweeted some pics out today.
Yeah.
Well, that's not Bethesda.
No, that was the Skyrim remaster on PC.
I was like, what is that? Okay, I was like, what is
that? But yeah, the Skyrim remaster, rumored to come out. We had Shinobi as a guest on the Super Deformed Gamescast, and he said that there's a rumor that the Skyrim remaster is going to happen, and it's going to be announced, and it's going to come out in September. So there you go. Xbox One and PS4, potentially running at 60 frames per second, potentially has mod support. So that's huge for people who've never played Skyrim. That's awesome. I liked the game when it came out.
I did too.
And I think
I hope that the Xbox One version though has Kinect support, because believe it or not, that was a game changer. That was one of those games that even though it was audio only, was that gave my Kinect a workout.
Yeah.
So the things that you were able to do.
Oh, you could say the
you could say the dragon
sound.
Yep.
Dragon
Yeah.
things. That's pretty cool.
But just being able to say equip sword and shield and not have to stop the game, go down, click, and then get back into the game, it didn't break your flow.
Yeah,
and,
that's nice.
Right. And so it was one of those game changers for me for Kinect. So I hope that if they do remaster this game, that stays in there.
But you got to believe though, Mike, they're going to have another big announcement. I mean, that's just
Plus they've got
that's
the prime time.
That's why I think about what we
Quake.
just talked about, and then you think of a big announcement on top of what? Another Prey, another Wolfenstein, another Evil Within.
Well,
a Skyrim remaster that's coming out in 20 days.
It's happening.
40 days.
It's happening.
I think one of those is the big announcement.
Enrique, what do you expect? What do you expect? Like a huge, grandiose?
Like, dude, no. I'm saying is I expect like the games you just mentioned, like Quake and a new Wolfenstein, a new.
It's Wolfenstein. Don't call it Wolfenstein.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Wolfenstein. Yeah. No. A new Wolfenstein, a new Prey. What we know about Dishonored. I mean, they're gonna drop something big.
They might.
Well,
they might
Dishonored
show
we
off,
know about.
Yeah, Dishonored 2. They're gonna actually show gameplay. I have an inkling that they'll actually let people be able to play it at E3.
Rage.
Arcane is fantastic.
Yeah.
Which studio?
I like that developer.
Me too.
All-Star
Gamers at new IP.
You know, Mike, Bethesda is becoming a powerhouse.
New IP. You know, I agree with All-Star. I think they might pull out something that's new IP because it's Bethesda, man, and
could be new IP, yeah.
It just sounds like gold right now, and I want them to bring out something that just makes me go, "Holy shit! Are you kidding me right now?" But like, if you just mention those games, they have an insane lineup right now.
Oh, they do.
That's what I'm saying. Bethesda's becoming a powerhouse in the industry. Well, they already are, but I mean, they're
they were with Fallout 4. Yeah, I mean, they're huge.
They have grown by leaps and bounds. Of course, they own id, and they've got the primetime slot on Sunday, and they've got a booth that's fairly big at the show. So I mean, they're
fairly strong.
And back to the Sunday thing. I mean, for schlubs like me who work Monday to Friday, I'll probably miss like some of the show that happens on Monday and some of the show that happens on Tuesday until I get home, on the East Coast. But some of the stuff is later at night. But like Sunday, man, all eyes are on the computer, man. Bethesda's going to have my attention as it happens.
Yep. Screw Game of Thrones. I'll be watching Bethesda.
Yep. Now, before that, there isn't any big secret to any of this going on, but we have at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is EA with EA Play and their conference.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
So real quick, Matsu in the live chat says, "Why are you yelling at the TV again?" Was what I heard from my wife.
What?
So I guess he's watching his podcast on his TV. And by the way, Al, I do want a sweet roll.
Do you want a sweet roll?
A bunt cake.
A bunt.
Bunt cake.
It's a bunt.
It's a bunt.
I remember
walking into that one village.
I'm gonna see that sequel, by the way. I am gonna see that. I'm gonna see that movie.
I forgot there was a sequel that came out. Al, what were you saying, man?
I was gonna say about the sweet roll. I remember walking into that town in Skyrim and like there's that one Argonian like chick, that lizard lady trying to ask for like a sweet roll, and you're like, "What the fuck are you talking about, lady? Get away from me!" So weird.
Oh, he's saying talking to my Kinect on my 360 back in the day. He's not talking about.
Oh, I thought he was talking about us.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh. So
the EA show. EA's show is also going to be good, man.
It is.
I don't know. I'm not too hyped on EA.
Yeah, but we know. I mean, okay. So the difference is we know everything that's going to be at EA.
I want to see arbitration mode and Madden 2017.
Right.
Oh my God!
I hear there's going to be a Tom Brady mode where you can deflate your footballs.
Right.
I want to see 64-player Battlefield 1. That's what I want to see.
Yep, we're gonna see. There is going to be a multiplayer gameplay stream. There is going to be, of course, all of your EA Sports coming up for the year. You're going to get the first look at FIFA 17. You're going to get
Frostbite, right?
Yes, they have moved that to Frostbite engine.
What do they move to Frostbite?
FIFA.
Which means it'll be
gorgeous.
Never mind.
It'll be gorgeous.
No,
no matter what resolution it's at, Enrique, it's gonna be gorgeous.
It's gonna be 600p on PS4 and 200p on Xbox One.
What's it gonna be on Dreamcast, Doug?
What's the Dreamcast?
I'm gonna be able to use the VMU to call my plays.
Yeah,
what's the Dreamcast?
VMU to
only the greatest.
By the way, you know what? That's another discussion. We talked about Sega, but that's not on Tuesday.
We're gonna have that. I'm gonna have that podcast very soon. I'm gonna have Tony Polanco back on. We are gonna talk about what has happened to Eastern developers over the last 20 years. But that's not for tonight. So for EA, we know.
I will tune in for that.
We will definitely see Battlefield, whatever new Battlefield they're working on. I think we're gonna see Visceral's at least in a trailer.
Oh
their
God!
Star Wars game.
Oh my God! I cannot wait for that.
No.
Come to the dark side.
All it's gonna be. All it's gonna be, Mike, is gonna be like 45 seconds of gameplay with like that music, and I'm just gonna be like, I need to buy this game now.
Right.
Now they could cue the music for 5 seconds and show me a lightsaber, and I would get up and buy it.
Gameplay not represented it. Right. It could be a Kinect game, and it'll.
Yeah. Amy Hennig's work will go to waste. I just hear the music and be like, "There's my money."
What's so awesome is Amy Hennig is behind this.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
She moved. Yeah, because she moved to Visceral.
She is a very good writer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man.
She's talented.
You're definitely gonna have likable characters.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Eric? She's terrible.
She's talented.
Oh,
talented.
She's talented.
Yeah.
What if this is the next Knights of the Republic?
Oh, don't dare! Don't you?
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Get out.
Eric's dead. Mike, if this, let me. You know what though?
So. I think it's an action game.
No,
But this could. You know what though? That would be amazing because
I would take another Jedi Outcast or Jedi Knight series.
Oh yeah!
Holy God!
Yes.
Now that LucasArts is defunct now, so.
I want a game with Jar Jar Binks.
I want a game with Kyle. Who's the antagonist for the original Dark Forces? One of you guys knows him.
Not Starkiller. It was Oh shoot! Hang on, I'm looking him up.
Who was it?
Yeah, look it up.
Starkiller was
Starkiller was Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. Yeah.
Hold on. Jedi Outcast.
Yeah, he's the same guy. Kyle Katarn. Kyle
Katarn. Oh yes.
I mean, that'd be cool if they just developed like these older characters. That'd be cool.
Can you imagine Geralt as a Jedi?
Geralt.
Can you imagine with Jedi?
Yeah.
He used the Force to like rape everything.
Oh my God!
You said it. I always said that you were thinking.
I didn't say that he would rape people with his Force powers, man. Jesus.
You were thinking it.
No, I'm
Come here.
He would be a rogue Jedi.
He'd be a Sith Lord.
Still, Jedi Knight 2, still to this date, man, some of the best lightsaber action.
Oh man, it's so good. Running on the walls for the first time. I think that was the first time run on the wall, right?
Come to the dark side, Mike Willis.
Come to
Oh my God! All these Palpatines in left and right side of my stereo headphones right now.
Texas. I'll have the 2-egg breakfast with a.
Palpatine goes to IHOP.
I hate Denny's. I want to go to McDonald's, young Skywalker.
I don't want the onions in my omelet.
Oh, God. All right, so we're gonna see that.
Al, you got to reel it back in, man.
Yeah, we're reeling back in. So, of course, we're gonna see Titanfall 2. We're gonna get the first look at that.
I'm excited for Titanfall 2.
I am. I'm excited.
Yo, mess with the swords, man. Come on.
Yeah, with the swords. But I thought that was that. I thought it was a really good game.
I really liked it.
No, it was good. It was good. It was definitely good.
I'll take swords for 200 trip.
Sword.
Your mother's a whore.
Shamer.
Famous titties.
Famous titties.
What kind of shit? I gotta ask you about the penis, my dear. Gussy it up all you want, man. Does it work? Yeah, see, John, I can do this. When John's not here, I can do a couple of impressions. So when he gets his Christopher Walken going, then I have nothing.
That's not what your mother said, Rebecca.
That's what your mother said, Rebecca.
So what's the difference between your mother and a mallet with a cold? One's a sick duck. You can't remember the rest, but your mother's a whore. All right, so we're gonna see Battle.
I'm excited for Respawn actually getting some time to make a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they ramp up their development team too?
Yeah.
So
I think we're gonna see something that's pretty fucking amazing. I mean,
I think so too.
Pardon my swearing.
Hopefully it's not on Source Engine though. They could use a new engine.
How do we feel about that being multi-platform now, though? I mean, as far as for Respawn, it's got to be exciting for them, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, do we know what engine they're using now?
They have not said.
Because they kind of piecemealed the last one.
Yeah, well, they pulled Source Engine.
Yeah, no, they did, yeah.
So at the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. At the beginning, my first thoughts on going multi-platform was, kind of like, hey, Microsoft, thanks for saving our ass. Now, fuck you. But but the honest truth is that all developers should have their games on the widest
absolutely
on the widest audience they can.
Sure. Make money.
Yep. Until Dawn's developer. What the hell is her name?
I still haven't played that game, by the way.
So good.
Good game, dude.
Oh, hang on. Supermassive.
Supermassive. I'm sorry. Supermassive.
Supermassive is
so good.
Yep. Supermassive's been making games specifically for the PlayStation for like 8 years, for their entire life. They've decided they're going multi-platform now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that people have to get over this idea of third parties exclusivity, because people want to make money. And nowadays, especially now, where 1 million sold is a failure to some people, and you have to sell 4 or 5 million copies of your game.
Hey, Mike, you know how I know I'm old?
How do we know?
Because when we were younger, 1 million was a big deal. And I feel like a lot of games hit 1 million back in the days.
Yeah, man.
In case you guys don't actually see this, I mean, Enrique's seen this before. I'm not kidding. No, I'm not kidding. This is what companies would send.
I love Dead to Rights. Remember the dog?
It was an awesome game. But this is what they sold. They sent us over, and it says presented the next level game, because they sold 1 million copies of the game. Back then, Enrique is exactly right. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
And that's so now that's a failure.
Those development costs now, man.
Yeah. So
it's because the install base is so huge, though. People look at that number versus like how many copies are sold, and that's an unrealistic number.
Yeah. So now you have all these developers who are having to, who are wanting to go multi-platform. I guarantee you, we talked about Remedy earlier. That's why they're.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, I totally see them copying Respawn.
Yeah. But it makes sense though for them to do that, Mike, from a business standpoint.
Yes. So
it just does.
Absolutely. And I think EA is getting out of now. Could Microsoft have the marketing deal for it? I think that I know that Rand thought that Sony would try to snag the marketing for that, but I think if anything, I do believe that Respawn has to understand that without Microsoft's help, they might not even exist.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I would think maybe out of that.
So wait, you guys think Microsoft locks something up with
I think they get exclusivity.
And I think they're going to have to, because if you remember, that's coming out around
right before Battlefront.
Right before Battlefield.
Well,
and so you're going to have Battlefront and Call of Duty, which are Sony marketed, and Destiny, which is Sony marketed, all in that area. You have Battlefield 1, which already we know is Microsoft marketed. They're going to need another one, and they are friends with EA, and it is Peter Moore, and there is that, there is that connection. So I think they get the marketing for it, and that's what it is. But I think that I think that it's a good thing for Respawn that they're reaching a much larger audience. And when all is said and done, all those people on the PlayStation side who groused about Titanfall and I'm never going to buy Titanfall, and they'll eat it up just like everybody else.
I hope so. I need more people to kill.
Yeah. Boy, I'd love for that time period, that time frame of games to be where, Microsoft and Sony are actually crossplay. I don't think that's ever happening, but I it would be.
I don't see that happening.
Cool. So with EA, I don't think we get any surprises with EA. They know what they're going to show. They might.
You think they're gonna show the? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh no.
The new Ghost Games game.
Is there one ready?
Burnout team. Remember they showed that demo like 2 years ago with the ATV that turned into like a car that turned into a snowmobile. Remember that, where like first person driving, and then we never heard about it. What happened to that?
Maybe, because last year's game was Unraveled. So maybe this year, maybe it's farther along.
Maybe.
So as long as they don't spend 20 minutes talking to Pele again.
Oh my God, that was so terrible, right?
That really was.
That was great.
And of course, I think we're gonna see
more of that.
Because I think if not, I think Jamie Moran's gonna storm the building if they don't show anything on Mass Effect Andromeda.
No, they're gonna show Andromeda. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think they're gonna show that.
I have a feeling that they're gonna show a lot of that on Sony stage, but I could be wrong. They might. I mean, they're going to show it on EA stage, but I think they're going to show like a playthrough of it on Sony stage.
Perhaps.
And that would make sense. I think Rand said something to the effect that he thought that Sony was going to try to go after a lot of the old marketing deals that Microsoft had last console generation.
Well, they're making money now.
Is there any numbers on Dragon's Age Inquisition for sales? I think it may have sold better on PS4.
I think it did.
Don't quote me on that.
But didn't it became a game on gold too, right?
Yeah, it's free right now. No.
And of course EA. Oh, it's in EA Access.
EA Access, yeah.
That's for sure.
In EA Access, yeah.
I couldn't get into it. I didn't like it too much.
I gotta try it. I haven't.
You know what? Because I tried it after playing The Witcher.
Oh, terrible!
Yeah,
you should have done that in reverse.
I know. The Witcher
ruins every game.
Geralt ruined it. I kept waiting for Geralt to be like, "Hey, baby."
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I played a Dragon Age.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad, but yeah, definitely. I'll spend more time with The Witcher than I do that.
Yeah, Mike, if you've played The Witcher, any of The Witcher, have you?
I have. I honestly have not.
Mike, you have not played The Witcher 3.
I have not.
Mike, this is the best game this generation so far.
And what I'm afraid of is that I just will get so sucked into it that I won't play anything else.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
It means no more Rocket League for us.
That's okay. Dude, I get it, Mike. You're playing. If you can't join me in Rocket League, I get it, man. You play The Witcher 3.
Come on, Mike, man. Join me, man. I just jumped back into The Witcher 3. So I'm going to really make a dent in this game, so... Let's go.
I'm not going to lie. I think that the last expansion was phenomenal. They went above and beyond themselves with Hearts and Stone. And Blood and Wine literally shatters that and expands the world more. You meet more interesting characters in this game and this expansion than you meet in the base game of Witcher 3 and Hearts of Stone combined. There's new unique armors, there's new unique swords, there's new unique monsters, there's new unique everything. I mean, the music is fantastic, the locale is crazy. I'm 23 hours into the Blood and Wine, and I'm not even close to the ending of it. I haven't done any. I've done a lot of the side quests, but they're ridiculous. It's like a complete love letter to fans. Like if anyone gets The Witcher 3, get the season pass because the expansions are insanely like. This is like what you want in an expansion, but unfortunately, not every developer is going to give you this kind of content for what you pay. I think the Warframe developers basically revise the entire Warframe engine every 3 months or something like that.
By the way, Warframe is a really good game if no one's ever played it.
But that developer
it actually is
about their updates, and CD Projekt Red cares about their updates. They make it everybody gets like the best experience possible, and they keep adding stuff to the game. It's such a great game. I love The Witcher 3 too, Enrique. It's my number one for this generation so far.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's just
it won awards for a reason.
Yeah.
Mike, seriously, Mike, you have to play it. I mean, it is.
And yeah, just think about all the free content they gave out also.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Enrique, you can grab Until Dawn up until tomorrow at Best Buy for $14.99.
$11.99 if you have Gamers Club Unlocked.
With your Gamers Club Unlocked discount, that's a steal.
The thing is, I can't. Well, yeah, okay. So now I'm going to go out and buy it tomorrow.
$11.99.
The problem is I'm so backlogged.
Young Padawan.
That is a problem.
Yeah, but it's $10, man.
Young Skywalker.
I got Palpatine telling me to go buy Until Dawn.
Until Dawn, Last of Us Remastered,
shit.
God of War 3.
Shit.
So many games.
You know what's funny? You know what's great? Al's trying to keep us on topic here.
I know.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
Here's a rundown of what
you just said.
After EA. What's after EA, Mike?
So it's a couple small companies. What the hell is that one?
Naughty America?
Yes, Naughty America.
Naughty America.
All right, so Al, you were beat, dude.
About what?
Congratulations, Matsu.
Actually got it? Nice.
Congratulations to Matsu. He won the NASCAR expansion for Forza 6.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, brother. And once again, a quick shout out to Crazy One for taking the time. Man, he is really, like, from the first race to, like, he's still running the whole season. He has done, I think we've got at least 10 videos up. He is going through the entire season, and he's using his brand new Elgato, so the quality is really, really good. And yeah, well, I'm gonna
that streaming thing, right?
Yeah, I'm working on. I'm gonna have one by the end of the year. It's gonna be something because I want to get better video quality. But so I, just a shout out to him because I really appreciate the content. I'm still looking for content creators, so. If you guys are listening in the chat room, what I've been saying is if you are looking to make videos, make content, but you don't want to run your own channel, I produce the videos.
I'm making videos, Mike.
Of what? Apple Pie Jones?
You might not want to open that door, man.
I'm making Kim Kardashian videos.
I think Enrique's trying to
God. Actually, true story though. Enrique has done some content for us in the past too, and
I've done reviews.
You have.
Yep. You look at Al's like, what? Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
for a few months, man. He was one of my co-hosts.
Ballin'.
Yeah.
Enrique's like, this game is great.
So yeah, so let me know if you just send me a DM. Anyway, back on topic. So we go to Microsoft. So all right.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I am too. I am very excited. Rand.
I gotta grab another beer for this.
Rand touched on a bunch of stuff. About what he thinks they're going to start with, what he thinks they're going to end with. I actually, honestly. And I said this on Tuesday on Basement Radio, I think that I have the games, but I have them in reverse order. I think they open with Crackdown and end with Gears because Gears is their big holiday title.
Yeah, makes sense. It's coming out this year. It's already like they want people to remember that.
Yeah,
I think that makes sense.
Well, and it's like in any presentation, you always remember the first and the last thing that you see. Whenever you're at anything, right? Whenever you go to a concert, you always remember the first song and the last song that you heard.
Mm-hmm.
I think that plays here. So I agree with Rand that you're going to see Crackdown and you're going to see Gears as like two of the staple games. But I just think they're in reverse order. I think they start with Crackdown, and I think they end with Gears. So,
I can see that. Yeah.
The other, so as far as like leaked stuff, Dead Rising 4. Now, yeah.
Interesting.
So we know it exists. Well,
Some of us may have known it exists for a little bit.
Well,
some of us that are fuzzy.
Inebriated furball.
Yes.
I was always hoping it would because for two reasons. Number one, I thoroughly enjoyed 3.
Absolutely. I love that game.
I had 3 playthroughs in 3, actually. 1 single player and then 2 co-op.
Did you play the DLC? The DLC was out of control, silly.
Yeah, it really was. And so having a 4th game come out was great. Is going to be great. The question is it an exclusive? Is it another one of those where Microsoft has paid for it? I want to get your guys' take on it, and think Enrique went to grab another drink. But I think the answer is yes, and not because of anything other than if you look at every Capcom game this generation, it's been paid for by a first-party company.
Yeah, man, Capcom has no money.
Right. So in order for them to make these games, they've got to have Sony and Microsoft pony up.
Yeah.
So I believe I have to go back and look because all of my games are digital, but didn't Microsoft Game Studios publish Dead Rising 3?
Oh, they may have. I believe
I think they did.
I think it had the Microsoft branding on the side.
It did.
Okay. Because I'm looking. Developer Capcom Vancouver, publishers Capcom and Microsoft Studios. So what I'm guessing is Microsoft Studios published the Xbox One version, Capcom published the PC version. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably. That makes sense.
Actually, I'm getting a look at the box art now. The box art shows the Apocalypse version shows Capcom. The standard version I don't see. So it might have been Co. But anyway, you see Street Fighter V exclusive to Sony because Sony ponied up the money for it. You used to see Deep Down, but I don't think that. I just honestly don't believe that exists anymore.
Neo title.
Yeah, I think it got canceled because Monterey is just too expensive of the hardware. Yeah.
And so I think Dead Rising 4. I don't think you see that. I think you see that as an exclusive only because Microsoft is going to put the money up for that. And Dead Rising 3 did very well. I think it crossed the 2 million mark, and that was with a much lower install base than they have now. So I mean, Capcom made it a point in their quarterlies right after that game and right after the launch of the systems. They made it a point to talk about how good Dead Rising did in such a short time.
Yeah.
And because it was a quality game, it really was. All the talk of frame rate and resolution and all that, that's one of those that went by the wayside because the game was just damn fun.
Yeah, if you have a fun game, who gives a shit about everything else, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
So,
I don't know.
so we're gonna. I'm hoping we'll see that. Al, do you have? You said you may have a nugget or two.
Yeah, I have a little bit about this. I mean,
is this off the cuff?
This is off the cuff, and Enrique might know a little bit about this. Maybe Eric. I don't know.
We'll start by saying. Hold on. We'll start by saying. Disclaimer. We'll give the disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed by are not necessarily those of.
What did you say? Expressed by the Basic Radio Arcade Podcast.
I like it.
Right. You are welcome to take responsibility for this, Enrique.
All right.
Well, look, we're just gamers. We're just chatting.
Absolutely. This is the point of this particular show.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead, Al.
I have heard a lot about this E3. Starting, I guess, 3 weeks ago. And one of the first things I heard was that there were going to be Capcom Vancouver was going to come out with a new Dead Rising, and it was going to be a remake of either the first or the second game, which I thought was a cool idea, personally, because I like the first game and I like the second game. I love the third game, though. But anyway, so a couple days ago, I got word that that was in fact true, and lo and behold, internet explodes. Again, I'm only going to divulge on rumors that have already been announced by other other places, but I'll go into them a little bit more depth.
Don't name drop, by the way.
Yeah. It is. Oh, I'm not gonna. I couldn't name drop this person. They'd kill me. They'd have my ass.
Well, I mean, don't name drop a insider either. I don't.
No. It's based around 4-player co-op. It takes place in same location as the first game, same mall, but it's Christmas time this time. You are Frank West this time, to begin with. That's all I'll say. There may or may not be other characters you play as, but that was only alluded to in the message that I got. I got cover art.
I saw the cover art.
I got cover art, I got splash logo screen, I got a picture of the main character, and I got a description of what the game's about. It's going to be fantastic. I honestly am excited for it. However, I was under the impression from the description that I got that it was going to be third party for everybody right off the bat. Now, what you just said, Mike, made a lot of sense, though. They may actually hold on to that exclusivity for a little while, but I see this going to PS4 and PC sooner than later. But I
PC,
don't
I
know.
can see. See, yeah, I think if they,
it's a unified platform now,
yeah,
right?
I think basically? I think any third-party exclusive will also be PC. This is, I think everything from Microsoft from this show on will always be Xbox One, Windows 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll speak on that a little bit later in the same Microsoft talk we're doing right now about some other titles that have been rumored to be coming this fall to PC. But again, back to the PS4, I think we might see it this time, whereas we didn't see any of 3. You know, we didn't see any Dead Rising on the PlayStation platform. I would hope that it went that way because I'm in the minority that, like you guys, everyone up on here, maybe hopefully a lot of people in the chat that believe everyone should play every game, you know, or the more the people that play the game is the better for everyone. But that's how I believed it. But I saw someone reporting on this news, I think it was yesterday or the day before, when they showed the art that I had seen a couple weeks prior, that it was just going to be PC and Xbox One again. So maybe it's that. I don't know. That's all I have to say.
All right. Well, I mean, I want to let me make clear so that everybody knows I'm consistent on this. That I wasn't questioning whether it should. I was questioning the logistics of it. If it was a multi-plat game, it would mean nothing to me. I mean, it would not. It wouldn't bother me in the least.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, Capcom's going to want to. In a perfect world, Capcom is going to want the biggest audience they can. My only thought process on this was that Capcom is one of those that also needs money to make these games because they seem not to have it.
So much money.
And let's be honest, for all intents and purposes, Street Fighter V has failed. So
it's terrible.
They've lost. Yeah. I'm sure they've lost money on that, and
but didn't Sony put a lot of money into that game for them?
Oh yeah,
they partnered with Sony.
I'm sure they have, but Capcom lost out on that too. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, we have no indication of Deep Down. So who knows how much development money has been lost on that
game
as well.
Is literally deep down.
So they cannot live on remasters alone.
Yeah, there's that.
They're damn sure trying though.
Yeah. Well, I know, but
we're diverting. Yeah,
and they're going to start focusing on on mobile too.
No, we are diverting.
Microsoft. But I do want to add though, but Capcom. Oh god, Capcom. So not only did they do that, they announced a Resident Evil 2 remaster before they even said word that they were even going to consider Resident Evil 7. Okay, they did that 2 years ago. So Resident Evil 7 is also coming out, but we have this Resident Evil 2 remaster, and now people are saying there was a Devil May Cry coming out that was mentioned last E3 or like.
Yep.
From some people from E3, but there's rumors that that's going to be Sony exclusive this year. It's like Capcom has all these games that they want to make, but they don't have any fucking money to make them. It's like
Onimusha's another one that's been rumored.
Yeah, Onimusha as well. Yeah, I can see that coming out after Neo, I guess is what it's called, and trying to capitalize on that. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so the rest of Microsoft's lineup, I mean, obviously, we know what we're going to see. We're going to see Gears 4, we're going to see Halo 2, we're going to see Crackdown 3, we're going to see...
I'm excited for Halo Wars and Gears of War 4.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to see Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
It's rare, that's right.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's going to be amazing.
So I'm excited to see those. I have to assume we're going to get some maybe some track DLC for Forza Motorsport 6 because they are doing a Forza and they're doing a Forza event there. So I have to assume,
oh wow.
Yeah, I'd love to see an official Horizon 3.
Although apparently it's not going to be called Horizons.
Oh no! It's Horizon 3. They leaked that today. There's going to be a PC.
Oh, it is okay.
Yeah. But it's definitely coming to, I mean, no, they were definitely saying from here out, Forza mainline and Horizon was going to PC as well. So Horizon 3, I'm hoping that we'll get a nice look at. Of course, we're going to get to see some indie games. Chris Charlo will be on stage, and I'm going to assume that they've got a couple of nuggets. Yeah, well, Cuphead we're going to see. But
I'm excited for both.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
I have a feeling they're going to have a couple of more console-exclusive games that they're going to announce there, too.
Do we see the Slim? Yes.
We'll see the Slim.
See the Slim. Is the Slim going to be for sale next week?
I think, Microsoft has done this before, where their Slim model was available that day.
Oh, yeah. God, I wish. I will own it. I will own it by next Wednesday, then.
You think maybe available for pre-order that day, or
no? I think it'll go on sale that day. That's not unprecedented from them. They have had the one of the Xbox 360 Slim, if I remember correctly.
I am on board, Mike, with you. I believe the same thing, man.
But you know what? With the Xbox 360 Slim before E3, it was leaked. We haven't seen a leak yet of the.
No, right. Well, I think everybody knows it's coming. I don't think it's a big secret that they're working on.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is there was retail leaks.
Yeah,
I remember there's pictures out, retail leaks of the Xbox 360 Slim. Yeah.
This may be, or it may be shipping that day and be available, the next day. I don't know. I know that Microsoft has done it before, where they've announced a Slim and have had it on sale that day.
I wonder how much smaller it's going to be compared to the Xbox One.
I don't know.
90% smaller. It's actually the size of a piece of paper.
Didn't Rand say it wouldn't have a power brick?
It's not going to have a power brick.
Yeah, it's not going to have a power brick like the PS4.
Yeah, so. And I wonder if they're going to make it like different. Did they make the 360 Slim came in a different color scheme? I wonder if they'll do the same for the Xbox One.
Make it green.
Make it green or maybe white.
I think we go back to
blue.
Who knows the late '90s and start doing the transparent.
Oh yeah, the crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal.
Oh god,
right,
the crystal spelled wrong.
I think we'll. I don't think we're gonna see a new console, but I have a feeling that we may see. I mean, I think we're gonna see a little more HoloLens, which I don't.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
No, what about there's gonna be a VR game too.
I think that you're gonna see something with Oculus.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's a gut feeling. I'm probably totally wrong.
We're going to see Apple Pie Jones.
Apple Pie Jones.
No.
You don't think Microsoft has a ace up their sleeve? Battletoads or something crazy?
I don't know. Because I think right now, if anything, Rare is working on Sea of Thieves, and I think all of their resources are in that game. So unless you're going to farm that out to someone else, Iron Galaxy like style. I mean, Iron Galaxy. You'll probably see more about Killer Instinct too, because that has been such a success. I think they're gonna.
That game is so good too.
I think you're gonna eventually.
That game is so good.
You're gonna have season 12 at some point of Killer Instinct.
Al, on Tuesday. I'm sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, Al, on Tuesday we were talking about Battletoads, and I think Rand was saying something to the effect that it might be kind of a what do you call it? God of War killer.
Gears of Toads.
Oh, a God of War like
yeah.
Battletoads? That'd be pretty interesting. Third person mash 'em up. I guess they call those kind of
mash 'em up. Yeah, but that's cool. Speculation.
Interesting.
Oh, All-Star Gamer asked, the question is, would Dead Rising 4 be a 2017 or 2018 game?
Ooh, 2017.
I agree with
latest.
that.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to go that far.
It might be Christmas this year. We don't know.
What, Todd Howard's going to come out and announce it?
Could be.
What about so obviously I think we're going to see Recore. Are we going to see any more Scalebound at E3?
Oh God, I hope it looks way better, or at least runs better.
I hope what's his face blocks me one day.
The guy that
Kamiya.
Mikami, or what's his name?
Kamiya. Hey, wait, Al, who's the guy who always confused with Colonel Sanders?
Miyazaki.
Miyazaki, yeah.
You're thinking of when I say Miyazaki, and I'm talking about the creator of the Dark Souls, and
I think of the other Miyazaki.
And you're thinking of Miyazaki, the creator of Final Fantasy VII, or Final Fantasy the series. He looks like Colonel Sanders.
Yes.
I actually don't think we see any Scalebound until Gamescom. That's just me.
Really?
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, obviously we have to see Recore.
Can I go into another little bit of nuggets?
Yeah.
For Microsoft, I think you might see a couple more first-party games be coming to the PC.
Halo 5 will not be one of them, by the way. They have said that again to either yesterday or today, that Halo 5 is not coming to PC.
And I will bite my tongue ever harder, and not acknowledge or deny that, but I will lean towards denying that wholeheartedly. That if you're a Halo fan and you're a PC gamer, you're going to have a good time soon.
Oh, I'm sure. Halo 6 is going to come out on PC. Halo Wars 2, we know.
Yeah.
So
Creative Assembly has not denied any PC ports of any of their games, and they're going to do it for Halo Wars.
Yeah. No, but that was announced last year. That's not a secret.
Yeah. But what I want to say is, like, people are trying to deny Halo 5. Did you see the marketing push for Quantum Break? And Quantum Break, they made a PC version so quick. I see them just going, if we could do it for that, we're going to have to do it for everything else. So I think you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not saying you will. I'm saying you may see Gears of War 4 day one PC. I think.
I don't think that would surprise me at all either.
Yeah, I think they might be pressured into Sunset.
Yeah.
I think they might be pressured into Halo. I think they might be pressured into Forza 6. I think they might be pressured.
Well, they've already said, Turn 10's already said all mainline Forzas from now on.
Okay, well then.
So that's.
Yeah.
I don't think Sunset. I think Sunset's too far in the past. I don't think they drag Sunset.
Really?
Back
I
out.
think.
Yeah.
I think they might give it another shot.
Sunset 2. Could be.
Ooh. But if they're working on Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they do have multiple teams at Insomniac.
I know.
They're going to be finished. They're going to be finished with Under the Deep by that time.
They got like 4 VR games being made right now, though.
But is it Insomniac working on Spider-Man or Sucker Punch rumor?
Insomniac. Oh, the rumor was originally Sucker Punch, but people
Right.
figured out that it was actually Insomniac. Or that's what the rumor turned into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's not even
said. Somebody told me last week that they had like multiple teams of like multiple hundreds of people. So
yeah, they've got a huge
development. I thought they only had like 200 or 300 people at the entire studio, but no, they got like 700 or 800 people at the entire studio.
What was that game last year? I think it's a multi-plat, but I think you might see it again. It was on Kickstarter, but it was at the Microsoft press conference.
Was it indie?
It was kind of an indie. It was a Japanese developer. I can't remember his name.
Wattam. Wattam. The guy who created Katamari Damacy.
Yes, he.
That guy. That game looks really, really strange. But yeah, that's gonna be one to watch too.
I'm trying to remember. Was that him?
It's Wattam. The name of the game is Wattam. Wattam. But I don't know what the guy's name is.
Well, no, that said, according to that, Wattam says it's developed by Sony Santa Monica. No, this was something else.
Sony?
No, this was at Microsoft's press conference, and I'm trying to look it up now. Maybe somebody in the chat room can help out. It was another. Last year, if Frankie was here, he'd be able to tell me. It was I get him mixed up with the Recore developer Infume. What the hell is his name? Wadham's coming out for the PS4. I am fairly sure. No, this was a Kickstarter last year. It'll come to me. I was just wondering if we might see that again.
No.
And I don't know if we will.
Yeah, I agree with Madzu. I have no idea what game you're thinking of.
I can't. I remember. I just remember the guy coming out onto Microsoft's stage. I don't remember what it was. All right, so moving on then. So, you think you think there are some new IP that'll be coming that we just haven't heard of?
I would like to. I like surprises. I like to not hear about everything before the show.
I think there's going to be new IPs.
Honestly though, Mike, if what we think and what we like, all the rumors are true, I mean that's an awesome show. I want to see these games like running. You know? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be a good lineup, even the stuff we do know.
Yeah.
So, all right. So after Microsoft comes the PC gaming show. I don't think we're going to see. I mean, it's blah blah.
Valve's going to come out and say we don't make games.
Right. And then they're going to and then they're going to point to the screen and say, except this one, and it's Half-Life 3.
Oh God.
Can you imagine?
Only playable on the Vive.
Oh, Gear VR.
I'll have to buy it.
It's going to be Half-Life Mobile for Gear VR.
No.
All right, so after the PC gaming show is Ubisoft. Ubisoft probably has absolutely nothing surprising they're going to show.
Yeah,
we know everything they're going to do, and we already know Watch Dogs 2. So
Splinter Cell.
Yeah. Splinter Cell and Beyond Good and Evil are the big what ifs.
And a new IP.
Honestly,
there is a new IP they're working on.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know anything about.
There's no Assassin's Creed this year because they're skipping this year.
There might be Assassin's Creed for next year.
Well, there is, but I don't think they're going to show it this year. I think
they might.
Wait. I think they'll do their own.
They might switch it up.
They don't want to steal that action platformer horror. Action platformer.
Yamato's a whore.
Honor. Yeah. Honor from Watch Dogs.
Yep. All right, so we have
there could be an Ezio collection remaster.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
Why remaster a game that's only like 5 years old?
Because people will buy
it. Because money.
Stupid.
Because it's just a fresh coat of paint. Yeah.
Yep, because fuck you, pay me.
Yeah, right.
All right, so you think we're gonna see anything crazy at Ubisoft?
Splinter Cell.
No. I think we might see a new Rayman, but that's all I want to see from UB Arts.
Love to see another Rayman. Rayman Legends. So.
Rayman Legends was the greatest, man.
Oh my God, it really was. Dude, that Black Betty level, I play that all the time.
Oh yeah,
that stuff, dude.
And then the Eye of the Tiger. I love that. The end of that game was sick, where it was blurring out and turning into 8-bit, and then it went into like 16 screens, and
so cool.
I love Rayman. I go back to the Atari Jaguar with Rayman. So man. Let's see. So after Ubisoft is Sony, of course, Monday night. And so what we do know is we won't see Neo. They won't talk about it. But obviously we are going to see Last Guardian. We're going to see Horizon Zero Dawn. I assume we're going to see Gran Turismo Sport. We're going to see some. I tell you, man, that game looks great, but it's starting to become less and less appealing as they keep saying they're pulling stuff out of it. And no beta. They want to get that game out the door this year.
I feel like this game's being rushed.
It is. Well, but
it's a little concerning for me coming from Polyphony.
Wasn't the rumor at the reveal was that they were only 50% done?
Yeah.
Which made me
another
wonder.
Racing game that comes out with like 10 cars and like two races.
Right.
And then
two tracks.
Yep. They were pulling out. Well, they said they were pulling out weather and they were pulling out day-night cycle.
Right.
And see, I'm that I'm a little concerned because
it's a game in the market that has that already.
Right.
Yeah.
What the hell have they been doing for the last?
Exactly.
I
Mike,
mean,
they've been collecting checks.
Polyphony has been dormant for Lord knows. Think about this. By the time they get out that game, there will have been between the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, 3 mainline Forzas, and now possibly 2 Horizons.
Yeah, exactly.
And 6 is no joke. Every time I hear that, well, they had to cut corners to get to 60 frames per second, I laugh my ass off because that game is gorgeous.
Yeah,
So
man.
I mean, what have they been doing all this time?
I always thought they should have released the last GT on the PlayStation 4's launch title.
Yeah.
I never understood why it came out at the end of last
right?
console gen.
It was 6, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
I thought
It's been,
or is it 7?
Like way too much time, like trying to get like the physics of like how the cars actually react to like
and then they
range
can't get
variables and
damage
stuff.
right. Yeah.
But the game is not fun to play. I mean, the last one for me personally was not fun to play. Like a Forza game, it has like a little bit of arcadey feel, so the cars feel a little bit more jumpier than real life. You know, it's fun to play. Drive Club, it wasn't as fun to play. I'm a little biased towards Forza from Drive Club, but even Drive Club was more fun to play than a Gran Turismo game. You know?
Right.
Yeah. It was like a static, like I'm talking about Gran Turismo here as a franchise. It's like a static racing game where it's like, this is how we want you to race. We want you to care about these things that we spent all this time with. But I don't care about like wind differentials. I'm like coming off my spoiler to like increase or decrease drag. You know, when I'm racing a car, I just want to hit the do button and beat everybody. You know, that's all I want to do.
Yeah.
I think the word you're looking for, honestly, is sterile. It's a very sterile, straightforward game.
It's cold. It's really cold.
Yeah.
And not inviting.
It's not inviting.
Someone like me, like I'm not a racing fan, but I got Forza 2. I bought it. I liked it.
But you know what, Mike? I've never understood why. And it was GT6. It came out. It was released December 2013. I never understood that. I mean that's a big Sony franchise for the PlayStation. I never understood why it launched on the PlayStation 3 after the PS4 came out. It just doesn't make sense.
They probably spent 5 years making it for the PS3.
Yeah, but why not just like delay it or something? I don't know.
I don't know. All right, so getting back to the conference itself. So Last Guardian, God of War 4 is the big what if, and Rand said he thinks that'll close the show.
I think so
that's
too.
a hell of a show closer.
Are we
gonna see Detroit? Quantum Dreams game.
I hope we do.
I think someone tweeted out today that they are going to be there.
Okay.
Somebody tweeted that Greg. What's his face?
Nell Stoney did in the chat. Said that Greg Miller leaked it today that it was going to be shown.
Yeah, David Cage. I know David Cage is going to be there. I do know that he's bringing a team with him, but
okay.
There was a tweet today. That says that rumor of the hour was that.
Okay. Well, we're also going to see, obviously we're going to see Dream. We're going to see a bunch of indie games. And then, look, you got to give Sony credit. They are the masters of the wild card. Like they'll just, what we're going to see? We're probably going to see Psychonauts 2 from Double Fine, because Double Fine, they love to try.
What's Psychonauts?
No one knows that.
I'm joking. I'm so joking, Mike.
You're killing me tonight.
No, come on. Tim Schafer, when he was on stage with Ed Freeze.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Big indie titles, though? Yeah, I see them pulling Psychonauts.
Yeah, it's going to be there.
Well, Psychonauts 2 should be out of Kickstarter right now, or not Kickstarter. What the hell are they doing with it?
They're doing their own thing, but it's like Kickstarter,
That Fi or Fee or whatever the hell they call it. So I think you're going to see some of that. And so the rest of it is, it's seriously, it's all wild card for them. And they could pull, you're right. Sly Cooper could be there. They could pull
from Software's new game.
Right, from Software's new game, they might pull Jack and Daxter. I heard the rumor that they were going to do a Crash Bandicoot Skylanders thing.
Oh yeah, that's not a rumor. They actually have the box art and everything up on NeoGAF right now.
Okay, so Skylanders.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a real thing, Al? The Crash Bandicoot Skylanders?
As of right now, literally 1:02 in the morning, Crash Bandicoot is only appearing in a Skylanders game for the current-gen consoles.
Because Activision owns it, and Activision will not do an exclusive.
Yeah.
They just will. It's not their MO.
Will an actual Crash Bandicoot game come out? I don't know. I wouldn't put money in it.
I would love to see it, and Activision would, and it's another game that Multiplat would be fine with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, Al, I just want to chime in real quick. This Ballast Point Grapefruit Scoffman's amazing.
I told you, man. All
right. Is there anything else from Sony that we think is gonna pop up? What nuggets? What other nuggets do you have for us, Al?
A couple things. I think you shouldn't ignore, like I said before, you shouldn't ignore Devil May Cry. DMC did sell really well, and people wanted a more traditional Devil May Cry. I think you might see Capcom show Devil May Cry on PlayStation. Okay. And I don't want to ignore probably the largest gorilla in the smallest room on the planet. Rockstar Games may or may not show something cowboy related, some game I've never heard of. Something may or may not be at Sony's show, but that's just a rumor. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I don't know.
So I tell you what, though. I tell you why. If they were going to do that, I tell you why I think they would show up at Microsoft's. As odd as this sounds, that you would see that the backward compatibility with Red Dead Redemption. They would want to package that together, like Fallout 4 did with Fallout 3.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the only reason. I don't think Rockstar. I mean, Rockstar really doesn't have much in the way of allegiances anymore. I think ever since Grand Theft Auto 4, they're not really. I don't.
Yeah, they make stupid money. They make stupid money. They don't care anymore.
And they know very well. The great thing about
they sell like 65 million units of GTA 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as much of that was
like number 4, I think, last month. That's ridiculous.
And so, and they still make it. They still, Xbox owners, their money is as green as Sony's. So
Mike, you want to know why Sunset Overdrive didn't sell well on the Xbox One? Grand Theft Auto 5.
There you go. That's the reason. So it would be the only reason that I would see them coming out on Microsoft stages, because we know Red Dead Redemption is coming backward compatible because people played it. So we know it's there. I think they're just waiting for some sort of special announcement. So that may be the one.
I'll still be excited.
Yeah.
If it happens.
Yeah.
Either Microsoft or Sony. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't think Rockstar's been on stage since. Oh
GTA
man,
5.
when was it? Was it GTA 5 that they came out?
I think so, man.
Were they even there? I think they had a trailer before E3, though.
I don't remember, but I think that's probably the last time. They're just, I mean, they're the, those guys are just printing money.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, yeah. I don't want to say too much, Mike, but if half of what I heard about Rockstar is true, it's going to be fucking incredible for anybody who's a gamer. That's all I can say.
Doubt. I mean, they're
off the cuff. I really honestly can't say much more than that, but this rumor is so juicy and so it's a double-edged sword if I say too much.
Yeah, don't do that, Al.
No. So I'm not. I'm just gonna say, but like it's such a good rumor that I want to have happen, but I don't know when or where or if it will happen.
Technically Saturday now, and I can tell we're going way too long because our viewers have dropped in half. But we're like 2 days away from everything, so it's not as though
No, yeah, I know.
long to wait.
We can wait.
So, yeah, it really can. So okay, so that takes care of Sony. Then, of course, on Tuesday we have what little Nintendo is doing.
Oh goodness.
Yeah,
but you know what? I don't want to shortchange him. I think Zelda would be a fantastic show, to show a game to show. But I think that's just about all.
Zelda's going to be great.
Well, they're going to show a little bit of Pokemon Sun and Moon, Monster Hunter Generations, Dragon Quest VII.
What about the Fire Emblem games that are coming up?
Tokyo Mirage Sessions and Pokemon Go, and then Zelda. So no Fire Emblem.
Damn.
Yeah. So
that's so sad.
Yeah, Nintendo.
What a way to end a franchise or end a console, I should say. That's terrible.
I don't know. They're in a weird position. They really are. They're in a weird spot.
That's what she said.
So nice. And then that covers all the conferences. And then we get
because Nintendo's just so
we're not even going to talk about Nintendo.
But what are we going to talk about? Hey, here's Zelda. Next.
Hey,
I mean, there's no.
Mike,
no. I mean us.
Mike, what if they shocked the world and brought the NX?
Oh my God! Wouldn't that be?
They already said
fantastic?
right. But they already said no.
What if it's all bullshit?
I just don't see them.
Yeah. They don't lie. They don't lie. Nintendo never lies. They say something's not going to happen or something is going to happen. They don't just say, "Oh, by the way, it isn't happening," like Sony did the DRM.
They just don't. I can,
like Sony did with DRM.
Hey, no, a lot of people don't know that Sony had the same DRM plans that Microsoft.
Yeah, of course they did.
No, they did.
And because Microsoft's show went on first, and they said that, and the reaction was terrible, they changed their conference around, and they said, "Oh, it doesn't have it," and they worked their asses off to make it so that there was no DRM. But nobody knows about that because everyone thinks that Sony does no wrong,
Well, I wrote a long post on a forum about about the domino effect, and who flinched first and who.
Yeah.
There was a lot of flinching that happened because the word was.
Well, developers
Developers were all on board. All of them were totally on board, and when
if you look at it as a developer, I mean, it's like no one can steal my game because you have to buy the game to get the license. My game is in safe hands. It's a good idea on paper.
Yeah. And once Sony flinched, EA flinched. And once EA flinched, everybody else flinched. And they all flinched because Microsoft flinched. Microsoft, it's not even worth the discussion anymore. We're so past that.
Yeah, this is 4 years after the fact.
I maintain to this day 5 minutes could have made a big difference. Just taking 5 minutes to come out and explain. All right, so that is it for conferences, and that is it for our predictions and stuff. And of course, on Tuesday we're going to start talking about what actually happened. So
we're not going to do our game of show prediction before and then after.
Well, you guys won't be on with me on Tuesday.
We can tweet it at you.
Okay. So I asked. I asked, and Enrique said no. I wanted to put the supercast together, and Enrique said no. Take it up with your boss.
There is no boss at Basement Radio. We're all bosses.
We're all bosses.
So
even
all right, well, give it to me, and then we can always come back to it. Al, give me your game of the show.
Game of the show prediction before I even see it. Can I do one or two more dramatic hmms until I figure out what I'm I'll be bold and say I'll say Gears of War 4 comes out with a fucking vengeance.
Okay. That's a pretty safe bet. But take it. Eric.
My game, what do I think will be game of show for me?
Yes.
Yeah. Shit, only one? I'm going to go with Horizon.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good choice. Okay.
Robotic dinosaurs, man. so good.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go with Al here, with Gears of War 4.
There you go, Gears.
Yeah, and just there's just something about that game after seeing that last trailer.
Yeah.
It just
so good.
It's not that it was Gears. There was something emotional there.
The feels.
Yeah, like
man.
I caught feels like it was.
You call it the vapors.
Yeah, like there's some
The
there's the vapors. Exactly. I call it the vapors. No, I mean like seriously, there was something.
I have the utmost faith in Rod Ferguson.
I do too.
Yeah, man, definitely.
It's gonna be amazing.
Rod. And
too.
even Cliffy said that you are in good hands.
Cliffy caught feels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He said you are in good hands. So.
Yeah, and so I.
You mean Cliffy the has-been?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think he's a has-been.
Yeah, man.
I don't either.
Lawbreakers looks intense.
I have now tweeted him twice that picture from E3 2006, and he doesn't acknowledge me at all.
Have you seen his wife? That's why.
You know what? Screw it. He's dead to me. It's Rod Ferguson time.
I'll tell you what, hey, you know how I want to be for Halloween
Rod
this
Ferguson?
year?
Cliffy
No,
B?
Gary
Todd
Busey.
Howard?
Gary
Gary
Busey. I want to be the Gary. Yeah, but you got to be the Gary Busey from Hitman.
No, I want to be the Gary Busey like today.
I walk old ladies into traffic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, be the Gary Busey from those Amazon Fire commercials.
Coked out with his fake
I just
teeth.
have to say, I gotta while the ones that came after were dumb. That original Gary Busey, Gary Cole, Hitman. Which one do you want to kill?
Yeah.
That original video was friggin' hilarious. Gary Cole said, "I club baby seals with another baby seal." I lost it.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Gears of War 4.
All right. So, as John McLaughlin would say, you're all wrong. Crackdown 3. Next topic.
Now
I'm going Crackdown 3. Now I have an affinity for Crackdown. That's part of the reason. I was
First game, right?
the first game, the Real-Time Worlds made game.
Yeah, not the second game.
No, not Ruffians. There's a reason the Ruffian is not.
Yeah, rough around the edges.
Yeah. So what I'm hoping for, because it's being developed in part with CloudGen, and that's come on, the name is David Jones. He was part of Real-Time Worlds, so he was part of the original Crackdown. So I kind of trust that he understands. And those tech demos that they did with the destruction on the multiplayer were just sublime. And I know that's not going to be part of the single-player game, but if they can give me what I had in Crackdown 1 and Crackdown 3 in the single-player, and then add that really cool multiplayer on top of it, yeah, that'll be my game of, I'm assuming, 2017 for the whole package.
Nice.
Whenever we get this, could be the one. This could be the one that if Crackdown 3 opens the show, Phil walks back out, or David walks out and says, "By the way, because they've said the multiplayer was coming summer. The multiplayer is now available."
Yeah.
So
That could happen.
could be. So, all right. Very quickly, and I'm going to make this very, very quickly. I promised that we would do a quick run through of the new preview update that hit the Xbox One. Every time something like this comes for either the Xbox One or the PS4, I always like to live demo it on our podcast just to give people an idea of what's there. So I got the new update. 2
I
days
still haven't yet.
It's coming. It's coming. A lot of people are starting to get it now. So the first thing you're going to notice is that games and My Games and Apps is no longer down here. Your pins are still down here, but
Interesting.
it's right there.
It's still a lot cleaner than it was.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm going to see if this works. I am close to my television, so let's see if she hears me. Hey, Cortana. Oh, wow. Go to My Games and Apps. Let's see if she hears me. Wow.
Oh, yeah, she did. That's awesome.
And I'm like, I've got to be a good 12 feet from the screen. So they've added Cortana, of course. Everybody knows that. But here's the cool thing. So the new Games and Apps area. This was something that a lot of people have been asking for, including me. That whole scrolling to the side crap was horrible.
Yeah.
So now you can sort by letter,
Awesome.
by last game played, by what's been updated last, and size.
That's cool. By last update's really cool.
Yep. If you want more on the screen, you can go to small tiles. And then, of course, all storage, or like I have my...
got so much better than last...
Yeah. So now you've got the vertical.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it really is. And so now... So I'll go back up...
Look at all that. Xbox has no games.
Yeah, anybody who... Well,
That's
it's
insane,
funny.
dude. That's a huge list.
Depending on the day, I get, I've been... My love of Xbox, because I also play PlayStation, has been called into question several times. So for those who need to know,
I get called a flip-flopper, Mike.
Oh, I know. Here's my list of games, folks. Yeah, I do play them, and there's
awesome.
And that's just the stuff that's on here, not the stuff that I've removed.
Blues and Bullets is fantastic, by the way. I saw that.
I am going to be playing episode 2 probably next week.
Oh, so good. Everyone in the podcast should check that out.
Yes, Blues and Bullets.
I gotta check that game out.
There's my Dead Rising 3.
Hey guys, real quick. Fallout 4 revoked.
Yeah,
you can't play it now?
Oh no, I had actually not. I removed it. So, but there's my Fallout 3 backward compatibility. So anyway, you can. This is really cool. If you want to go, instead of using your pins, you could just sort by the last game you've played. So the last, Rocket League is the last thing I've played in the last week, and then so when I play Overwatch, that'll show up and that kind of thing.
So Mike, is this in the preview or
this is in preview right now? This is in the preview. This will be out. This is part of the anniversary update. So once this hits the general release, you'll get this.
So will I be able to play this on my Xbox Slim, which I'm getting this week?
Only if you're in the preview program.
Damn it!
I know. Check this out too. Number of games.
We'll make sure you get in there.
Yeah, we'll get you in there.
Ooh, nice.
Number of games, number of apps, and what is in your ready-to-install list.
Nice.
Okay, hold on 1 second. You have 56 apps. What apps are there on the Xbox One? I need to see these.
Well,
apps.
let's take a look. And he just sent me a message, so we will try.
Look, it's E.T.
Yep. Atari Game Over. You guys, okay, so if you guys have not seen this documentary yet,
E.T. looks like
this
it's
was
fantastic.
like a limp dick.
Yes, it was. And my friend Mike Micah is in that documentary.
Oh, awesome.
We are going to talk about that. That if anybody who has not seen that documentary, it is about the landfill. So Microsoft went out to check the landfill to see if E.T. was really buried there in the great crash of '83, and I'm not going to give it away, but please watch this. It is a great, It is a great documentary. So I've got like Crackle and the community calendar and the Forza Hub, the Hasbro Game Channel, Rosetta Stone. Like, if you want to, seriously, you can learn languages.
You're trying to learn Portuguese?
Yeah.
The
Western Drake just invited me to a party. So we have this game.
Who invited you to a party? Who?
Western Drake 20.
Oh.
God, we're so nosy, aren't we?
I know.
Right?
I know.
Sorry.
And so here's the ready-to-install stuff.
Dark Souls.
I know. It's the reason I have it.
Good.
And by the way, thank you, Frankie Viper Strike from Short Pause Gaming, who sends me my daily get good gift. So of course you can do all
Mike, I gotta tell you, I look forward to those. I look forward to them on the daily.
Yeah, he's getting much more creative with them. So there's all that. So that's the My Games and Apps. So now I can do this. Let's see if it'll work. Hey Cortana. Hey Cortana. What's Ares doing?
Ares.
That's his name.
That's my gamer tag.
What's Enrique doing?
Who?
Oh, that's
She's
me.
like, who? She turns off.
Oh, hold on. Watch this. Hold on. Hey, Cortana. Tell me a joke. And she says it.
Two silkworms are in a race. They have dying invertebrates.
So I'm getting a little closer to the console, so because you can't really see me.
Ask her what I'm doing.
Hey, Cortana. What is Ares doing? Yes, I know that's you. Hey, Cortana.
That's me.
The problem is I'm a little far away from her. So you can also do push to talk. What is Ares doing?
Stop confusing the AI, Mike. It's going to take over the world. This is Judgment Day.
He's playing.
To play his revoked copy of Fallout 4.
Right.
That's right.
So now you can do...
He is a pirate.
So now you can do messages.
I don't know why I make Cortana sound like Siri.
Hey, Cortana. Check my messages.
Cortana should talk like Palpatine.
Yes.
Yes, Mike. To the Xbox.
All right, so I'm
still play The Witcher 3.
I'm still trying to learn. Some of it may not work. Hey, Cortana.
Something complete.
Hey, Cortana. What's Enrique doing?
He's dicking around on some podcast with you.
Oh, I don't know. Brought up something on. So this is the great part about it. Oh, what's risque?
Enrique exposes.
Ooh, wait, why is it risque? What's going on here? I'm not risque.
Hey, Cortana. Unsnap. Thinking. What are you thinking about? Boy, this is a great live demo, isn't it?
Yeah. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Thinking of chocolate.
We're hoping
He's far away.
Thinking of chocolate.
I'll give him the benefit of the
Yeah,
doubt. I like the way that it looks.
Oh,
it
the
looks
internet
cleaner.
cooperating. But so here was actually the cool thing though about this, and I do want to. I'm just gonna run. It's gonna look like crap because of the frame rate, but I do want to go into a game really quickly because
Rocket League is so much fun.
Yeah,
it's amazing game.
Having network quality, yeah, it really is a fun game. But the reason I want to do this is
I love the Unreal Engine.
Yeah, man.
So, it's almost as good as CryEngine.
No, it's not CryEngine. I'm just gonna do That's right. Look at my fluffy hat. Look at my hat.
Is that a nacho hat? Like Homer wore on that one episode of The Simpsons?
Oh, that is a nacho hat.
the middle of it is nacho cheese.
Oh, that was awesome. I remember that.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Mr. Burns sat with him.
Yes.
The only way you can sit with me is if you buy me a nacho hat.
Right, so somebody did ask about creating clips and stuff. So the way you would do it is, and I'll just create one. Hey, Cortana, record that.
He's like, hey, Cortana.
Howdy, Cortana.
Hey, Cortana. Can you get me some nacho chips?
You can't record while you're streaming. Oh, screw you. Okay, but at least it recognized it. And yesterday when I was
you sound like W when you're talking to Cortana.
W.
Hey, Cortana. You got some strategery?
How do you say nuclear? Nuclear.
How do you say nuclear?
Fool me once.
That's me. Hey, Cortana. Now, here's the cool part: is it's not pausing the game while it's coming up with that. So at this point, I can say, "Hey, Cortana. Hey, Cortana. Start a party and invite Enrique."
She's not getting the E in my name.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. But,
she doesn't recognize gamer tags?
Yeah, at least it registers the thing. Does it? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's doing something.
See, I have to learn the syntax. Apparently, you can start talking with her and then invite somebody. But if you notice, but again, if you notice, even the stuff that she's bringing up on the side, I'm still playing the game. So it doesn't like when you used to say Xbox and something, it would like pause the game.
Yeah.
So it's not
That's awesome.
pausing the game now.
That's pretty cool.
It's a little more fluid now.
Yeah, obviously we're in a preview state, so I'm not going to sit here and bash the thing. If it comes out in general and it's still like this, then Microsoft's got an issue they got to deal with.
Yeah.
I'll blame Enrique.
Right, but at least for
Blame
now,
Enrique.
It's
my fault Cortana doesn't work.
So, and I would imagine if I put the headset into the microphone jack, it would probably be a lot better.
Yeah. It would work much better. And you know what? I'm actually glad that they're because originally Cortana was only going to work with the Kinect.
Yes, which I believe is how it still should be. Hang on. Hey Cortana. Let's see if it still hears me. Hey Cortana. Unsnap. Unsnap. Yeah, I am way too far away from it to actually really hear me.
No, I think it's good that they have it with where you can just plug in your mic to your controller and do it.
And so with her, you can actually I'm gonna find out where the Cortana thing is. There was a place where you could turn on some things for Cortana to have her, be able to talk back and stuff. I just can't remember where exactly it is. Might be under. All right. So some of the other things that they're going to be doing is. Huh?
Narrator. What's narrator?
Narrator is if you can have the screen talk to you. So if you clicked account, it would say account. It's more for that, and magnifier are more for people who have issues with sight and sound.
Oh, people who are old as fuck, like me.
Yes, like me. You're right. Something new to the community page. That's what I was looking at. So you can actually tell the activity feed what to share. So now, if you don't want to automatically share every achievement or every screenshot, you can customize that. That's what I was looking for.
That's cool.
So now you can tell what to share and stuff. There's going to be some stuff going on with the Windows Store. As they talked about, they're going to start merging the Windows Store together with what it looks like on the PC. Right now, it still looks fairly straightforward. Still looks like it does, but they're going to be. You can see now, though, they're starting to do this. Browse games, browse apps, browse movies. So they're splitting this stuff up a little bit better. So you can actually these on the side are bigger than it would show you like a list of movies, and then at the bottom you'd have to click that little thing. So now they're making this a little more user friendly. So if we went in and we wanted to browse games, now you're seeing these are basically bigger and they're easier to look at.
That's a lot better than how it is now.
Easier to see, I think.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah.
So, and then the ability to sort by. Oh, top free for us cheap bastards.
By the way, I had no idea there was a Tour de France game.
Yeah.
I might buy that.
There's a Ducati game too.
With a stationary bike.
Stationary
bike. So, some of the other things are going to be coming soon. Hopefully, we are looking at the background music coming in the next. I hope.
That's cool.
So that's basically the gist on the new update. The big thing is Cortana, and the big thing is moving them. Oh, hi.
You can't say Cortana, or else it activates.
Are you now? I am I. Are you now? The one thing that no longer works is Xbox. So now Xbox doesn't. Yeah, it's all. In fact, to turn on the Xbox, I used to have to say Xbox on. Now what I have to do is I have to say, hey, Cortana, and my Kinect light will light up. Then I say Xbox on, and it'll turn itself on. It's kind of. I guess it's part of that's going to be there for people to.
I prefer the Xbox on that's having to say like "Hey Cortana" than Xbox on.
Yeah. True. All right, so that's that. Oh, my friends from It's Much More, new channel that I found that's doing some retro stuff. They got the Dreamcast stuff from my video, and they're testing out some Dreamcast to HDMI stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing if it works over there in Europe. And my buddy Black Metal Gamer's in the room. Man, they're all coming in late.
Yeah. we have different time zones coming in now.
Yes, this is the second shift.
Second shift.
I think everyone's falling asleep. By the way, like
yeah,
at least Eric maybe.
Yeah, I'm about. I think this is a good.
Is Eric there?
I'm here.
Eric, are the Cavs win?
Oh no, Cavs lost.
Oh,
they're done, man.
LeBron is going down. All right,
LeBron got a little bit chippy tonight.
Oh, I bet he did.
What happened?
Frustrated. He's trying to get Draymond Green to react and get him to get another technical. Because I think he gets one more tech and he's suspended for a game. So he basically threw him down and walked over him crotch first. Trying to get a reaction out of him.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Shouldn't have left Miami.
Nope.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have left Cleveland in the first place. But that's, neither here nor there at this point. So, all right, so let's wrap this up.
That's another podcast.
That's another podcast, right? All I know is the Orioles are whipping ass. That's surprising. Despite their subpar pitching, except for Chris Tillman.
But the Red Sox are right behind them.
By how many games?
The Red Sox.
2 out.
Really?
The Cubbies are going to win the World Series this year.
I got a friend who loves Chicago who thinks that.
They're going to. The last time they had this winning percentage, they won the World Series.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go with that.
Well,
and they have arguably the best pitcher in the game right now.
Well, this is true. What's happened to Steve Strasburg, man? He's fallen off a cliff.
Well, I've been following the Nats. I don't know.
No. All right. So yeah, Boston's a game out. They are 35-25, and Baltimore's 36-24.
I thought Strasburg was doing well.
I don't think so. I don't think he's doing as well as Washington's in first place, but I didn't think he was doing that well.
That doesn't mean anything. They're always in first place.
This is true. It's a crappy.
Except for last year, but
All right. So actually, no. I'm thinking of a different guy because Strasburg is 10-0. So I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, you must be thinking of.
What the hell's his name? Yeah.
Not Max. What's his face?
It's not
Gio
sure.
Gonzalez.
Yeah, maybe that's who I'm thinking of.
Max.
Yeah.
All right. So enough of that. Let's wrap this puppy up so we can all get.
Dude, we could go another 3 hours.
Oh God, I cannot do it.
I was like,
yeah. You're wrong.
It's all about Euros at the moment.
I brought the energy all the way through the night because I missed out 2 great podcasts this week.
Hey, I just want to say something. Al, I want to say something.
Going, man.
Al, yeah, you kept us going, and you were great at keeping us focused.
You were, man. I
tried.
Yeah, I got a co-host slot open.
Hey. Easy there, Mike.
I don't know if I can do 3.
Easy there.
That was pretty slick, though, Mike. That was pretty slick.
Texas. Still
Texas. Al's already Al's spoken for.
Oh, man. All right, so.
Al, seriously, I missed that cat, man. I missed it this week.
Oh, yeah. I missed talking to everybody, man.
Yeah, man. Al, was good to talk to you tonight, man.
Yeah, definitely, Al.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having you on. You are welcome on anytime.
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely be able to come back on E3 and after E3 and show everybody that Gears of War 4 was the game of the show.
All right, so let you guys wrap up first, and then I'll wrap up because I got a couple programming notes. Who wants to pimp the Basement Radio Arcade podcast real quick?
Everybody.
Don't everybody talk.
Everyone, yeah. Al, why don't you pimp it out, man?
Check out the Basement Radio Arcade podcast every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got my man Eric Jackson, you got Enrique, and you got myself, usually drinking beer and discussing video games like a bunch of guys at a bar. That's basically a good rundown of what we do and how we do it. We're rude, crude, and we keep it real, man. I bust on everybody equally. I don't play favorites. I love all games, and I hate all games. So, it's the best of both worlds. You know what I mean?
Keep it real or keep it don't.
That's it. I'll also pimp out the Super Deformed Gamecast, a show I also help out on for John.
John was supposed to be here tonight, but he had some other commitments to take.
Shout out to John, Mr. Baker. Good guy.
Yep. Good guy.
That show is now every 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's a great group of guys. They got Brandon, JT, Jeff, Steve, and they got some really cool guests coming on. They have Kyle Bosman coming up. They have Michael Huber's coming back after E3 to talk about E3 with us. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, check those guys out, too.
Awesome. All right, and for me, as you know, you guys are already on our podcast, so you know what it's called. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the Basement Radio Arcade podcast and Super Deformed Games Cast. We'll give John a shout. It would have been really neat today because I also was trying to get. At first, Jeff Bartram was going to be on. And then he had to bail because he's actually doing something, I believe, with Operation, what's it called? Operation Drop. He's at E3 helping them out. On the military side, they do game drops and stuff for that for military overseas. So it would have been the first time that we would have had two military veterans, decorated military veterans, on the same podcast. It would have been great. So I'm going to make that happen. It's going to happen. This will be the regular podcast for this week. Next week, we have something special going on, although this is now kind of the official first one. We're doing Tuesday night at 10, we're doing a joint podcast with my friends at Short Pause Gaming. They're putting the link up for this podcast on their website, and then they're going to take our special once we're done and put it up on their site as well, on their channel. I've got a specialized intro for them and us. This is going to be, a truly dual-hosted podcast where we are going to go over all the press conferences and what we liked and what we didn't, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The Short Pause Gaming guys are such great guys. We, like you guys here, I game with them as well. And Brent and Frankie is a regular on our podcast, and he loves to race home from work so he can be on. So those are great guys too. Check them out at shortpause.com, and their channel is on the right in our favorite channel. So there will be no regular Friday night podcast next week because we are doing the Tuesday night special. However, after that, of course, we will go back to our regular Friday nights at 10 p.m. Gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure. This is now officially the longest podcast Next Level Gaming has had.
Mike, this has been like a 4-hour podcast, man.
Very close to, and very.
I could have watched Titanic twice.
Yeah. And very fitting that it's a podcast on our birthday. So happy birthday to Next Level Gaming, and here's a 4-hour podcast for you. Guys who have hung in the chat room for this entire time.
They've hung like Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, I salute you guys. The chat room is why this podcast exists. It has been friggin' phenomenal. Manzu, congratulations for winning the NASCAR expansion pack. Enjoy it, buddy. And thanks to the guys who even came in late. It's much more Black Metal Gamer. Hopefully you guys will check out the beginning of it later. You just have to go back 4 hours. All Star and Nathan and some of the guys have bailed out by now, but we thank them so much for being part of the show. And I think that's it. Anybody got anything else before I sign it out?
Everyone have a great weekend and early week. E3 is going to be fantastic this year.
Hey, let's get ready for Sunday, Bethesda.
Sunday.
Saturday, the Scorpio.
Saturday. Be a bloody Sunday, Trebek. Gus, heat it up all you want. Does it work? Where's the Neo and the Scorpio? Okay. Anyway. Your feeble teraflops are no match for the dark side.
Evil teraflops.
All right, guys. You guys, once again, thank you so much. This was great.
Mike, thank you, man. Thank you.
Thanks for having us, man.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Man, here's to another year of great podcasts together.
Mike, I've sent some entertainment from the block to go to your house. and only Mike would get that.
Right off of North Gay Street, right?
Oh yeah, only Mike would get that joke because we're in Maryland.
Right, because where we are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. All right. And then afterwards, I get something else.
Yeah, exactly. you have to go to the doctor's the next day.
So, all right, everybody, have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Start watching Sunday night. We'll see you Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. Have a great weekend, everybody. Play on, gamers.